The story begins with the ceremony at the Awakening Square, and people must touch the stone and awaken the profession. Jiang Tongyu from the third group became a blacksmith, and Lao Shezi from the fifth group became a mason, and they will continue to figure out all the professions. Fong Yun asked his friends to watch this, and only the most ordinary household professions awaken, and today a bunch of scum gathered. A friend listened to him, and Fong Yun said that he had been watching for so long, and even if the auxiliary profession awakened, it would not be boring. The friend laughed and said that their brother Feng Yun was 100% right, and he awakened the main profession of a warrior with a great sword, and his brother is cool. Feng Yun was proud of himself listening to his friend's words, and the guy said that this rare profession is not for country bumpkins, and no one can compare with Feng. And at this moment, suddenly someone pushed Feng Yun and began to move towards the stone to find out his profession. And he is interested in finding out everything. The friend was angry and asked who such a boor dared to bump into Feng Yun's brother and did not even ask for forgiveness, and they would punish him for this impudence. The guy asked Feng Yun and his friends for forgiveness, but he was in a hurry and had no time to sort things out, and he would definitely return to them later. The friend was speechless from the guy's answer and doesn't know why he is so impudent and believes in himself so much, and isn't he afraid that they can beat him up for his words? Feng Yun smiled and recognized the guy and told his friends that this is the guy and he knows him, and didn't think that he would come there and why he came to them. A friend told Feng Yun's brother that the guy looked so brave, and was he from a rich family? Otherwise he couldn't understand the guy's behavior. Feng Yun asked his friend if he thought that the guy was from an important and rich family, and he was obliged to tell him the whole truth so that he would know. Lin Han continued walking, and Feng Yun asked his friend if he knew the Lin family that was somehow exterminated for their sins a few years ago. Feng Yun told his friend that this guy's name is Lin Han, and he is the last of the Lin clan and knows important information about this impudent Lin. Feng Yun. It's a pity that one of the two geniuses of the first high school wasted himself so uselessly that he came to awaken the profession. Feng Yun told his friends that trash is trash, and does Lin Han really dream of great things but he won't succeed because he's a loser? Lin Han just smiled in response to the guy's words and thought that he was not one of those who would worry and be offended by other people's words. Lin Han thought that some weakling could only yap from the sidelines, and he thought that by awakening a rare profession he became so cool. Lin Han decided that he would now show Feng Yun what a true and unshakable talent is, and was absolutely sure that everyone would be shocked there. And as soon as Lin Han touched the stone, a glow and a clear silhouette of a person appeared, and no one expected to see such a sight today. All the people stepped aside and were shocked to see such a glow from Lin Han's touch. And was he really that strong, and was this all absurd? The boy asked brother Feng Yun what was going on there, and why Lin Han was emitting such powerful energy, and wasn't Lin weak and feeble? People were saying how bright the light was, and they had never seen anything like it before. And was this guy a genius? And they were intrigued by what profession the guy had. Feng Yun was surprised that this worthless guy could immediately cause an anomaly upon awakening, and if he gets up, everyone will laugh at him for his words. The awakening stone gave the result, and Lin Han finds out what profession he got, and what he is capable of, and what his potential is now. The girl said that Lin Han has a hidden class, but it turned out that he is a beast tamer, and she feels sorry because she thought that he was unique and a genius. The girl stood next to him, and Lin Han awakened there as a beast tamer. And whether to call him a genius or a scum, and everything is confusing. Lin Han stood and he knows his result. But Feng Yun wanted to say something to the impudent and idiot, let him answer all his questions, and he is proud. Feng Yun asked Lin Han if he really thought that if his profession was a beast tamer, he would become someone important and he would upset him immediately. Feng Yun told Lin Han that he should know that if his beast's strength is not enough, then he is just a worthless thing, and no one will value him for it. Feng Yun pointed his finger at Lin Han and said that in order to raise strong beasts, huge resources were needed, and did their friend have money? Feng Yun told Lin Han that if he obediently crawled there, he would give him money to make a contract with the dog, and that was an option. Lin Han recognized Feng Yun, who has nothing but a profession, and he wants to hit them for such words. But he has a different character, and he is a genius. Lin Han told Feng Yun that he didn't need money, and why buy a dog if he already had Feng Yun, and didn't need to take such good care of him there. Feng Yun was extremely angry and told Lin Han that he was trash, and how dare he insult him like that, and now he will show him the full power of his fist. Feng Yun swung his arm and told Lin Han that he would teach him a lesson now, and that he was wrong to call him a dog, and that he would not forgive insults and would beat everyone. But at that very moment, a girl started running towards Feng Yun, and she wouldn't stand there while some guy insulted her master Lin Han. And at that moment, The girl kicked Fong Yun with all her might, and she would not let Lin Han suffer and get seriously injured by the impudent man. Fong Yun fell to the ground and did not suspect that someone would hit him, and how he did not have time to defend himself from the attack, and his reflexes failed at an important moment. It was Bai Bing, and she asked Fong Yun who he was, and how dare he pester her students, and she would not let anyone be hurt and would protect them. Fong Yun was in complete shock, and Bai Bing told him to get out of there before she beat him up because he was making her nervous and she would continue to beat him up. Fong Yun told his friends that they should leave, otherwise there would be problems, and he didn't want that, and so it would be easier not to argue with teacher Bai. Fong Yun thought that even though Bai Bing was a teacher, it was better not to mess with the Bai clan, and today they would spare Lin Han, and he was so lucky. Bai Bing told Lin Han that it was not bad, and it seemed like he had just awakened the hidden class, and all the people didn't believe him and argued with him. Lin Han stood next to teacher Bai Bing and asked him not to laugh at him, and he knows what the teacher is putting in when talking about his talent. Bai Bing realized that Lin Han still hadn't learned his lesson, and she had to remind him how he should call her, and it was extremely important. Bai Bing asked the brat, Lin Han, how many times she asked him to call her sister outside of school, and was it so hard to remember this law? Bai Bing pressed Lin Han, and how dared he come to the ceremony, and when did he become so bold? And Lin asked Sister Bai to let him go. Bai Bing stopped bothering Lin Han, and he is a good guy, and she doesn't need to teach him anything, and he has learned his lesson and now knows the whole truth. Bai Bing told Lin Han that being a beast tamer is a bottomless pit, and he is unlucky with his profession, but she asked her friend not to be discouraged there. Bai Bing handed Lin Han a card and asked her to take the money for now and find herself a good beast to tame, and her friend would become successful. Lin Han listened to her with interest, and Bai Bing asked in any case to first increase his strength, and then continue searching for cool beasts. Lin Han took the card and said thank you to Sister Bai Bing, and then he will definitely repay her in kind, and she came to help her friend in time. Bai Bing was furious, and asked Lin Han who he thought he was, and she would hit him if he said that again because she wanted to help him. After some time, Lin Han came home, and today was an important day, and he was convinced of his profession, and now he must improve his skills. Lin Han entered his apartment and realized that no one would disturb him, and he could do his important things, and he believed in his success. Lin Han said that it was time to shine, and the system congratulated the owner on the successful awakening of the beast taming system there. Lin Han was previously the eldest son of the Lin family, one of the best clans. But 3 years ago, the clan was destroyed during the invasion of beasts. The original owner of the body died of grief and could not come to terms with the fact that their Lin clan was destroyed, and none of their acquaintances were alive. At this moment, Lin Han passed into this world and began to wake up and did not understand what happened, and how he remained alive after all the events. And then, Lin Han got a system that can be activated, but only after awakening, and he was happy about this fact, and the system is cool. Lin Han waited 3 years to activate the system, and he counted the days and nights, and today, he is also with cheats and happy like no one else. The system reported that the owner's name is Lin Han, and the owner's profession is Beastmaster, and his skills are Life Contract, Summon All Beasts. And at that very second, the system crashed into Lin Han's head, and he did not expect it at all, and the system informed the owner that he had activated it. The system has released a side quest. Luck can save, and donation can change fate, and 100,000 coins will allow you to turn on the mode. Lin Han told the system that he just took money from Bai Bing's sister, and the system wants to take it and let her take his money there. And at that moment, a bright glow appeared, and Lin Han realized that he had activated the system mode, and now it would help him, and he was so happy. Lin Han saw the universe, and he doesn't know what's going on and where he is, and let the system answer his questions, otherwise he's confused with the system. The system congratulated the owner, and he completed the side task. Luck can save from bad luck. Donation can change fate. These are facts. Lin Han looked around and realized that the system was multifaceted, and he had to learn all the important information and features of the system now. The system congratulated Lin Han, and he activated the cheat mode cool and unlocked a super rare beast for taming, and it is so cool. The system has detected that Lin Han's class only has 1 awakening level, and he can only unlock 1 beast now. Lin Han realized that each class had 1 awakening level, and if he made the wrong choice at the beginning, it would affect his strength. Lin Han noticed that there was no money for a new beast, but a beast from a cool system shouldn't be too bad, and he hoped for it. Lin Han decided to take a risk and chose one beast and believes that he was 100% right, and his intuition did not let him down with the choice of beast. Lin Han saw a huge monster, and this is his first beast, and he is not discouraged and knows that the system advised to pump the beast in everything. The system congratulated Lin Han, and he activated one of the 10 ancient beasts, the heavenly horned ant, and the master chose it himself. Lin Han was despondent, and he invested 100,000 dragon coins and only got one ant. And is it possible to get the money back? The system said that the horned ant had made a contract with Lin Han and would soon begin to transition to the second form. But the owner was not so happy. The system informed Lin Han that the evolution was complete, the ant's combat mode was activated, and the beast was ready to listen to the master's instructions immediately. Lin Han was delighted looking at the beast, and he did not think that she would be so beautiful, and he was lucky that he chose this beauty. Lin Han decided that tomorrow's test would be fine, and he had nothing to worry about because the system was ready to support him in the mission. The next day, all the students gathered at the testing site in the Mountain of Shadows, and the teacher said that now they would all begin the first pumping. Instructor Cao Chun told the students that Teacher Bai Bing couldn't come, so he would tell them himself and explain all the information to everyone. Through the teleportation portals, they will all be transported to areas suitable for their level. And Kao Chong asks everyone to be careful. Then Lin Han was approached by his best friend Long Tianjiao, who is a berserker by profession, and he wanted to ask his friend something important. Long Tianjiao asked Lin Han if he had found a beast for the contract, and if not, let them go together and he would help catch the beasts there. But Fong Yun said that in order to tame the beasts, Lin Han needs the help of others, and he is a worthless loser. And it is in vain that he came today. Fong Yun asked Lin Han if he could bark at them like a dog, and then he would sacrifice a tamed beast to him and let him agree quickly. Lin Han asked Fong Yun who was barking and let him answer because he didn't understand anything he said, and it sounded more like a dog barking now. Fong Yun told Lin Han that the dog was barking at him, and the other people there immediately started laughing. And Fong Yun was an idiot, and he insulted himself, and it was a disaster. Fong Yun realized what he said and asked Lin Han why he made him look like an idiot now, and why he was mocking him so brazenly. Fong Yun angrily rushed to Lin Han and asked if he wanted to die, and he could easily arrange it if the guy was bullying him like that. But Lin Han easily defended himself from Fong Yun's attack, and this coward still doesn't know how to fight, and can only pretend that he is stronger than them. Lin Han asked Fong Yun if this was all he could do, and he was amazed. And maybe the guy didn't have breakfast today, and that's why he was so weak. Fong Yun listened to Lin Han's words and thought that he was a tamer. But he felt his power. And where did he get so much strength, and he was even stronger than him? Fong Yun wondered if Teacher Bai Bing had given Lin Han a reward or treasure, and because of that, he had gained strength and energy during this time. Instructor Kao Chong called Lin Han and said that it was his turn to go into the portal, and none of the students would wait if he was late. Long Tianjiao told Lin Han that it was dangerous to go into the portal alone, and he would go with him, and that way they would protect each other from any monsters there. Lin Han listened to his friend's words and told Long Tianjiao that he would definitely handle everything and that his best friend should not worry about him so much. Fong Yun thought that he had long ago agreed with Instructor Kao Chong, and this time after the test, Lin would not return alive, and there was no hope. Instructor Kao Chong looked at Lin Han and how such a brat communicated well with Bai Bing and gained his trust because Lin Han was a weakling and a coward. Instructor Kao Chun knows that Teacher Bai Bing is meant only for him, and no one has the right to stand in their way and interfere with their happiness. Instructor Cao Chong decided that he would finish off Lin Han, and he would no longer interfere with him. And this would be a lesson for the impudent student, and he was so happy. Lin Han entered the portal and realized that this was a silver leveling zone, and that Instructor Kao Chong had done this on purpose and set him up with the portal. And at that very moment, Lin Han heard footsteps and sounds in the cave, and realized that this was not a good sign, and he had to be extremely careful with his enemies. Behind Lin Han stood menacing wolves, and they walked straight towards him, and there were a lot of them. And Instructor Cao Chong was sure that this would be enough. Lin Han saw the storm wolves that surrounded him quickly from all sides, and he was trapped and did not know how to get out of there. Lin Han asked his beast to wake up and to finish it off. The means of Instructor Cao Chong would not be enough because he would defeat anyone at once. Beast Lin Han has begun to transform, and he is ready to do anything to protect his master, and Lin will not be harmed by the wolves, and it is good that he took them with him. The beast Lin Han continued its transformation, and the owner thought that he would soon defeat the wolves and take revenge on Instructor Cao Chong for this. The beast. Lin Han stood before him in a beautiful appearance, and she was very beautiful, and the master gave her a chance to show her skills and abilities. Beast. Lin Han saw her enemies, and now they will not run away anywhere. And in vain they got involved with her master and thought that they could defeat the strongman. The beast stood in front of Lin Han and told the owner that she was already 100% ready, and he could give her any command and she would carry it out. The sky-horned ant is level 10 and has 800 strength, 700 agility, and 900 stamina, and is ready to fight. Lin Han ordered his beast to show the power of the ancient beast, and no one can harm the ancient beast because it has already grown up in battles. Lin Han has already received an increase in his strength, agility, and intelligence due to the tamed beast, and this is not the limit, and he continues to do so. The system congratulated Lin Han and activated the quest first battle, and if he destroys 10 fierce beasts, he will receive 100 beast points. The beast continued to beat the fierce monsters and did not allow them to approach Lin Han, and she would keep her word and would never harm any of them. The beast kicked the wolf in the head and caused serious injuries, so he wouldn't be able to get up and paralyzed all the monsters in a couple of seconds. The beast told the master Lin Han that everything was done, and all the monsters were already defeated and would not be able to harm him, and she checked them all. The beast stood in front of Lin Han and waited for the next instructions from the boss, and he can ask for anything and she will serve until the end of Lin. Lin Han was happy, and it was not for nothing that the ant was one of the 10 ancient beasts, and in less than a minute, 7 storm wolves were destroyed now. The beast listened to him, and Lin Han asked if his beast grew up. Would it be able to fight forever, and the boss should know the potential of the beast. In just a couple of minutes, Lin Han had already reached level 6, and although his combat power was not comparable to that of the A-class, he could already fight back against others. The beast distracted the owner and asked what he was thinking about, and it seems he is very happy about something, and she is waiting for him to give an order, and it is so important for her there. Lin Han thought maybe he was crazy, and he was now comparing all his characteristics with her, and how could he believe in his skills so much? The beast listened to him, and Lin Han said that she was one of the 10 cool ancient beasts, and even among those of equal level, few could compare. But Lin Han thought that looking at her, it was hard to imagine that she was a beast, rather just a naive girl, but capable of defeating their enemies. The beast stroked Lin Han and told the owner that it was calm nearby, and he didn't have to worry about his health, and she would still protect them. The boys secretly looked at Lin Han, and instructor Kao Chong said that the student would be there alone. But then, who is that girl next to him there? The friend told the guy that he doesn't know, but if she can kill a wolf, it means she is not weak, and they all should not underestimate the fighter. The guy said that, in addition, this girl's figure and appearance are simply the highest class among the highest classes, and she is the ideal of fantasies. The guy told the boss that the girl is even cooler than Teacher Bai Bing, and they can have fun with her, and he won't let this lady out of captivity for a long time. The friend agreed with the guy and said that it would be a pity to kill such a lady, and he also wanted to play with her, and letting the beauty go would be a clear mistake. The guy told his friends that the lady was not simple, and later the 3 of them would attack from an ambush and take her by surprise, and he would finish off Lin Han. The guy was angry and asked his friends why they were silent because he had been telling them about the plan for a couple of minutes. But they were ignoring his words, and it was annoying. And at that moment, suddenly the guy noticed how the beast overpowered everyone, and she silently stood there, and they did not hear, when she had already managed to approach. The guy asked the lady what she wanted and asked her to let his friends go, and they did nothing, and why did she harm them, and she scares him. The beast asked the boy if he really wanted to attack the owner of Lin Han, and told him to answer, otherwise she would use force and neutralize them. The guy was horrified and realized that this was a problem, and the lady was clearly not simple, and he was 100% right when he said that she was a strong fighter. The guy started running, and the lady was able to silently conquer the 2nd and 3rd fighters there, which means she was at least level 20 and powerful. Lin Han ordered the beast to grab the guy and not let him go, and he wants to personally ask him a couple of interesting questions, and he is waiting for answers to them. The guy is confused. And who is Lin Han if he has a strong guard who can defeat experienced fighters in a couple of seconds? The guy decided that he had to hurry, otherwise the lady would grab him and then he wouldn't be able to hide from them anywhere, and he had to report everything to the boss. But suddenly, at that very moment, the guy fell into the hands of the monster and did not look around when he ran into the monster and was unable to defend himself. Lin Han asked the beast to stand, and she didn't need to run after the guy because everything was clear with him, and his fate was decided by another monster for them, and that's a fact. Lin Han wondered if the level of this zone was really between 11 and 20, and he no longer thought so, and he clearly saw it with his own eyes. In front of Lin Han stood the Storm Wolf King, and he was level 22, and the boss was much stronger than all the previous monsters. Lin Han realized that this friend was clearly over the limit, and he was very strong and had a different level, and it seemed like he didn't know everything about his portal. The boy begged Lin Han to save him, and he can't get out of the grip of the Storm Wolf King and the powerful and ferocious monster. But at that very moment, the Wolf King decided the boy's fate and wanted to immediately attack Lin Han and his beast, and he will not spare anyone who invaded. The Wolf King started to approach Lin Han, and the system gave them a boss-level task, and he must destroy the Wolf King now. Lin Han realized that the Wolf King of the 22nd level was already serious, and the ant had to be extremely careful when fighting the wolf. Lin Han told the beast that the Wolf King was too strong, and for now, he ordered them to retreat, and they would come up with a plan to defeat the monster. But Lin Han resigned himself, and it seems the beast will not calm down until he personally fights the monster. And where does his beast get so much courage and bravery? The beast stared at the Wolf King, and she wants to know how he will fight her. And she never runs from a fight, and that is the law. Lin Han pointed his finger and told the beast to fight then, and he believed that she could defeat him because she was smarter than the Wolf King. The monster was waiting for the opponent and began to growl loudly at the beast, so that she would not want to fight with him, and would be scared only by his scream and fangs. The beast stood boldly before the Wolf King, and she will not retreat, and if the monster defeats her, he will harm her master, and she will not allow this. The beast is not afraid of the monster's fangs, and he can attack as much as he wants, but he will not be able to break her will, and she will fight to the death there. But the Wolf King has dealt a serious blow to the beast, and he wants to quickly deal with the enemy who disturbed him and defeated all his wolves. The Wolf King used the lightning movement skill, and he did not give the ant a chance to win and attacked from all sides and surrounded. The Wolf King continued to make powerful attacks on the beast, and no one can compare to him. And in vain did people think that they could defeat him there. The beast was in a lot of pain, and she didn't know how to defend herself from the blows and pressure of the Wolf King, and she underestimated his speed and skills. The beast fell to the ground with a crash, and Lin Han is worried about her, and he must intervene, otherwise the monster will defeat her and the wolf on another level. The Wolf King approached the beast and wanted to deliver the final blow and break the spirit of the beast so that she would stop fighting with him and fear him. The beast lost a lot of strength and energy during this fight, and she crawled on the ground and hoped that she would come up with a plan to defeat the formidable enemy. The Wolf King wanted to hurt the beast and showed her his sharp claws, and now she will not run away from him, and they themselves entered his house. And at that moment, the Wolf King began to strike the beast with hundreds of claws, and no fighter would be able to defend himself for long against such powerful attacks. It was extremely difficult for the beast, but she did not stop defending herself, and the wolf is wrong to think that such attacks would be enough to deprive the owner of a protector. Lin Han had expected this, and the difference in levels between his beast and the wolf was already too great, and the beast would not be able to cope with a frontal attack against the monster. And at that moment, another wolf appeared in front of Lin Han, and the guy there realized that the wolves are completely without honor, and they are hiding there to attack. Lin Han asked the wolves if they were really attacking him in a mean way and waiting for him to lose his protector. But he was not afraid, and on the contrary was happy. Lin Han grabbed one of the wolves tightly and said that they were weak and not like their king, and that these wolves lacked experience in fighting. Lin Han thanked the wolves for coming to the slaughter themselves, and now no one can save them, and they all fell into the trap themselves. Lin Han began to wave the wolf and beat others, and he thought how to defeat the Wolf King now. And now it was decided by itself, and he is happy. Lin Han received the first task of the system, and he must destroy 10 ferocious beasts, and he has already defeated 9 out of 10 monsters. Lin Han decided that no one would stop him, and the adrenaline in his body was off the charts, and the wolves did him a favor by coming to the fight, and he was so happy. Lin Han grabbed one of the wolves tightly, and now he will help his beast, and very soon they will put a lot of pressure on the Wolf King. Lin Han dealt with the wolf and thought that instructor Kao Chong did not know that he was capable of such a thing, and thought that he would not get out of there. The system informed Lin Han that he had completed the first task, and he had destroyed 10 ferocious beasts, and would receive a reward for this mission. Lin Han got 100 beast points, and the master asked the ant to now direct a furious blow to the Wolf King, and the system gave him points. The beast realized that Lin Han was absolutely right, and a furious blow would definitely help them defeat the monster, and it was good that her master earned points. The system reported that 100 beast points were spent to awaken the furious strike skill and deal a blow equal to 100% of the beast. And at that moment, the beast began to deftly avoid the attacks of the monster, and she believes that she will be able to catch the king of the wolves by surprise, and he will not grab her as well. The Wolf King was at a loss, and he could not find the beast. And how could it disappear after all he had dealt so many heavy blows to the enemy? And then the king of the wolves heard the sound of the beast, and he knows where she is hiding, and now he will direct all his forces at her and avenge all the wolves. The Wolf King directed a battle beam at the ground and destroyed everything there, and he thinks that the beast could not get out and is now doomed to die. But the beast deftly dodged the monster's attack and continued to fly towards him and let him show her his defense skills because he is so strong. The beast became very fast and agile, and the monster did not see her movements and trajectory and attacked through the air and hoped to catch her with attacks. The beast screamed menacingly and wanted to direct a furious attack at the monster. But in vain, he wanted to harm Lin Han, and she would not spare the monster. And at that very second, the beast defeated the Wolf King with one blow, and she left him no chance, and the furious attack allowed her to outwit the wolf. The Wolf King fell to the ground with a crash, and he could not continue their fight, and the beast defeated him in an equal fight and dealt a fatal blow. The system informed Lin Han that the boss-level task was completed, and the Wolf King was broken, and the Master Lin received 1,500 points. Lin Han looked at the beast, and the boss thought, could it be that the 22nd level Wolf King just died with one blow and the beast is strong? Now Lin Han understands what a fierce beast he has, and she is clearly capable of defeating many strong enemies, and he didn't know that she is cool. The beast looked menacingly at Lin Han, and he wondered if the system had notified her that she had defeated the Wolf King, and the battle was now over. The system notified that the Wolf King was defeated, and he got the usual equipment and exclusive weapons and asks to take everything. The system informed the beast that the furious blow was completed, and she could not worry about Lin Han's condition, and she was able to protect the guy. The beast read the system notification and came to her senses, calmed down, and she successfully dealt a furious blow to the monster without even missing. The beast was delighted and told the owner that everything was fine, and they both were able to defeat the Wolf King, and she always believed in their success in battle. The beast hugged Lin Han tightly and said that she had sent that big dog to the next world, but the owner asked the beast to calm down now. Lin Han feels the emotions of the beast, and he is happy as well as her, and they both were able to get rid of the dangerous wolves, and he feels her warmth there. Lin Han thought that's how it feels, and the beast looks like a lady, and in ordinary life he could easily mistake her, and she protected him. The beast told Lin Han that she was so tired from the fight with the wolf that she had no energy left, and she spent all her strength to protect her master. The beast began to close its eyes and told Lin Han that she was so sleepy and that she should rest for a few minutes or else she wouldn't be able to fight. And at that moment the beast fell to the ground and fell asleep, and Lin Han noticed that she was very cute when she slept, and the boss should also protect the beast. Lin Han smiled and realized that everything was as usual and let the beast rest there because he saw how she sacrificed everything for him in the battle. Lin Han said thank you to the beast for its efforts and let it rest. And it understood the master's instructions and was happy to rest after a long battle. The ant has activated the energy saving mode and is already filling up with energy and strength and will soon be able to fight enemies again. Lin Han thought that monsters also dropped loot like in online games from his past life, and he often played and was a pro in their games. Lin Han wanted to see what he got, and the system started reading the data and will show the owner his reward for completing the boss mission. Lin Han was glowing with happiness, and he was incredibly lucky. And he could not even dream of such a reward, and the system pleases him, and he is happy with everything. Lin Han received a weapon as a reward, the Wolf Fang handle, and it gives a short-term state of rage, and the owner deserved this sword. Lin Han decided that this was not bad, and that he could sell these things and then he would earn a good amount and realize all his goals very soon. Lin Han also received an ice staff, and the reward dropped from one random monster, and it can freeze the enemy for 1 second. Lin Han decided that as soon as he recovered, he would continue hunting and would level up by collecting equipment to sell, and that was his plan. Lin Han looked at his level and he had reached the maximum level, and the system asked him to continue increasing, and then he would become stronger. Lin Han was shocked, and he did not expect that the death of one monster would already give him maximum experience, and he still had to study the system better. Lin Han planned to continue hunting to become even stronger and earn money for equipment. But it seems he no longer needs to fight. Before leaving, Lin Han has a little chat with the two guys, and he wants to find out who sent them and why they wanted to harm him so much. Lin Han realized that it looks like it won't be boring for a long time, and he is so glad that there have been drastic changes in his life, and he is having fun. The moon was shining in the sky, and Lin Han knew that he definitely didn't need the beast's help, and he himself would deal with these gentlemen and explain everything. A few hours later, Instructor Kao Chong told the medics that all the students would soon return from the tests, and he hoped they were healthy. Instructor Cao Chun asked the doctors to help the students, and he thought that some were not so lucky, and not all would return for treatment. And at that moment, someone called Instructor Cao Chun and wants to clarify everything with him, and he will not run away from an important conversation and explanations. Instructor Kao Chong glanced to the side and noticed Teacher Bai Bing and doesn't know why she came because she was informed that she won't be there today. Instructor Kao Chun told Teacher Bai Bing that they were just going to pick up the students from the tests, and she shouldn't have bothered to go to him. Teacher Bai Bing asked Instructor Cao Chong if he should explain to her about Lin Han's test and why he did it. Instructor Cao Chong told Bai Bing that he knew that he and Lin Han were close, but as instructors they should value students equally. Instructor Kao Chong le dijo a la maestra Bai Bing que podía compartir su experiencia y que ella lo acompañara a un lugar apartado donde él se la explicaría con detalle. But Teacher Bai Bing waved her knife and she doesn't want to listen to nonsense and let Instructor Kao Chong not lie, and she feels that he is clearly delirious. Teacher Bai Bing told Instructor Cao Chun that she only needed an explanation and asked him not to avoid answering the question, and she was serious. Instructor Kao Chong listened to Bai Bing's words and noticed how she suddenly put a knife to his throat and she was serious, and he was scared. Instructor Cao Chong told Bai Bing that he didn't understand what she was talking about, but she revealed that he had sent Lin Han to the silver level zone. Teacher Bai Bing told Instructor Cao Chong that Lin Han wouldn't even be able to defend himself, let alone temporarily tame the beast. Teacher Bai Bing told Instructor Cao Chong that Lin Han was an orphan and had no family, so the instructor decided that he could do everything himself. Instructor Cao Chong told Teacher Bai Bing that she had definitely misunderstood him, and that he had his own reasons for sending Lin Han into the portal. Instructor Cao Chong told Teacher Bai that Lin Han had awakened as a beast tamer, and without hardship, he could not increase his experience. Instructor Cao Chong said that he didn't send Lin Han to his death, and he even arranged for 3 assistants to help them. Bai Bing told Instructor Cao Chong to better pray that Lin Han said everything was okay, otherwise he would definitely be in trouble. Bai told Instructor Cao Chong that wherever Lin Han got injured, she would cut off the same part of him, and she would sew Lin Han back on instead. Instructor Cao Chong agreed with Teacher Bai Bing and thought that she was a bitch and was now pretending to be cool, even though she was incapable of anything. But Instructor Cao Chong is curious how long Bai Bing will be daring when she sees Lin Han's corpse, and he doesn't regret sending the guy there. Instructor Cao Chong was pleased, and if he had a chance he could console Teacher Bai Bing because she would be saddened by the death of Lin Han. And after a while, the students said that the participants returned and now they can find out all the information about portals and dangerous monsters. The first to complete the test was Ling Shui from the 6th group, and she mastered the rare profession of Storm Mage, and she is one of the 2 talents. Fong Yun came out of the portal and saw Ling Shui, and he expected this from the best student of the school, and she was able to get ahead of even him in the mission. Fong Yun told Ling Shui that since they were both geniuses of the same generation, it wouldn't hurt to get closer and wanted to hug and comfort her. But Fong Yun couldn't hug her, and Ling Shui just walked by and didn't pay attention to the guy, and she doesn't get hung up on idiots. Lin Zhu told Fong Yun that if there was old Lin Han, she would have thought about it. But as for him, let him forget about it. Fong Yun was very nervous, and he couldn't accept the fact that the girl didn't pay attention to him, and he would take revenge on Ling Shui soon. And then a guy started coming out of the portal, and Teacher Bai Bing hopes that it is Lin Han, and his friend was not harmed by the dangerous beasts in the portal. But from the portal came out Lin Han's best friend named Long Tianjiao, and he said hello to all the students and whether little Lin Han came back. Fong Yun told Long Tianjiao that he didn't expect the fat man to survive the test, and he was really lucky and should thank fate. Long Tianjiao was angry at the guy, and Fong Yun said that his friend was definitely not so lucky, and Lin Han seemed to have died and would not get out of the portal. Long Tianjiao asked Fong Yun if he dared to tell him about it again and find out his reaction to the words that his friend Lin had died. Fong Yun told Long Tianjiao that Lin Han was dead and he was a worthless and trash beast tamer, and how long could the idiot last? Instructor Kao Chong intervened in the students' conflict and told both of them to shut up, and he didn't want to hear their screams, and he had enough of his own worries. Instructor Cao Chong asked Long Tianjiao if Lin Han was his father and asked him to stop worrying about others and improve his strength. Instructor Kao Chong told Long Tianjiao to quickly move aside and not interfere with the other students coming out of the portals, and this is so important. Long Tianjiao told Instructor Cao Chong that little Lin Han is not so simple, and he will definitely return, and he believes that he has defeated the enemies. Friends massaged Fong Yun's brother and said thank you for his work these days, and he was able to defeat the monsters and exit the portal as a hero. Long Tianjiao noticed that all the students had returned and why Lin Han hadn't come out yet, and he began to worry about Lin's friend. Fong Yun's friends told Long Tianjiao that there was no need to guess, and his friend Lin Han had died, and to die in a pack of fierce beasts was an honorable death. And at that very second, someone threw a stone towards the students, and he didn't want to listen to all the nonsense because he knew that Long Tianjiao was definitely right. Someone threw a stone right at the head of Fong Yun's friends, and they were in so much pain, and they don't know who had the nerve to throw the stone at them. Long Tianjiao glanced to the side and was delighted and realized that he was 100% right and his intuition did not fail him because he was his friend. Lin Han came out of the portal and said that he lost track of time while playing and when so many noisy and impudent dogs appeared in their school. Long Tianjiao was happy and told the scoundrel Lin Han that he had finally returned to them and he had no doubt that he would overcome all troubles. Teacher Bai Bing also calmed down and the villain Lin Han scared her, and she thought that he would not come out of the portal because it was a difficult level. Instructor Kao Chong doesn't understand what happened and he sent 3 people to deal with Lin Han. But why is he safe and sound? Instructor Kao Chong thought that Lin Han was lucky this time, but he shouldn't think that the instructor would let the impudent Lin go so easily. Fong Yun asked the students what the beast tamer Lin Han can do without pets, and he thinks that Lin Han is a weakling and a mediocre person. Lin Han listened to him, and Fong Yun asked the guy if he was really just hiding in the corner all this time and wanted to seem like a hero, and Lin was pathetic. Long Tianjiao was furious and asked Fong Yun if he was crazy, and he thought that everyone was a coward like him, and Fong Yun had no honor. Fong Yun told Long Tianjiao that whether he is a coward or not, they will know soon, and he wants to give information about Lin Han and his opinion. Fong Yun said that Lin Han is a useless beast tamer, and he hid in the mountains for so long and came out now, and this is a true coward. Long Tianjiao wanted to beat Fong Yun for such words towards Lin, but his best friend stopped him and asked him not to conflict with him. Fong Yun listened to the student's words, and Lin Han asked if he had finished barking and if the dog would let others speak or would continue barking and blaming. Lin Han told Fong Yun there that with his skills, he was not even worthy of cleaning the shoes of his beast, and the student was mistakenly taken into the organization. Fong Yun was angry at Lin Han's words, and he will prove that he is unique and was right about the liar, and he has no doubt that he is more talented than the idiot. Fong Yun asked Lin Han, "How about finding out soon whose level is higher, and if he wins, he will give him 100,000 coins right away?" Lin Han listened to Fong Yun's demands, and the student told Lin Han that if he lost, he would kneel down and bow down like a grandfather. Lin Han told Fong Yun that he agreed to the bet, but his father would hit him so hard that he would sink into the ground from shame for losing. Long Tianjiao asked little Lin Han not to get excited, and there is instructor Kao Chong, and he can punish him if they break the law. Lin Han told instructor Kao Chong that this was a dispute between him and Fong Yun, and that he should not interfere with them, and that they would settle the conflict themselves and soon. Instructor Kao Chong told Lin Han that since they had made a bet with Fong Yun, they should keep their word and their first school values honesty. Instructor Kao Chong was glad, and Lin Han himself proposed this bet, and would he mind if he immediately gave him a knife, and he wanted to know the strength. Teacher Bai Bing remembered that look of Lin Han's and the cunning gleam in his eyes, and he would not have thoughtlessly agreed to a bet with Fong Yun. Lin Han stood next to her, and Teacher Bai Bing realized that friend Lin was going to deceive someone again, and Fong Yun underestimated his strength in vain. Instructor Cao Chun told the students that since the bet was made, they would not waste time and would start quickly to find out who was better. Long Tianjiao told Instructor Cao Chong that although he was not participating, he was Lin Han's brother and would also join the fight if no one there objected. Fong Yun told his friends that Long Tianjiao is only at the 2nd level, and there is nothing to brag about, and the idiot Long is not able to defeat him in any fight. Fong Yun asked his friend to watch, and he will show what level a true genius should be, and it will be a masterclass for all their students. Friends were delighted and said that brother Fong Yun was at level 3, and he was so strong that none of the students could defeat him in battle. The friends shouted, and it was not for nothing that the 3rd level was a rare profession, and Lin Han had no chance. And how could he even challenge their brother Fong Yun? Long Tianjiao was extremely surprised, and Fong Yun actually reached the 3rd level, and Lin Han needs to show everything he can do now. Fong Yun told Lin Han that now it was his turn, and let him show them his potential and talents, and he believed that he was stronger and more powerful than him. Fong Yun said that this weakling Long Tianjiao is only level 2, and Lin Han is definitely not a higher level. And in vain did his friends believe in their success. Fong Yun laughed and told Long Tianjiao and Lin Han that he thought they should both kneel down and bow to him as a grandfather. Long Tianjiao was angry and asked Fong Yun what he was bragging about and let him beat him up. But Lin Han asked his friend to wait and not beat the impudent man. Lin Han asked, "Long Tianjiao?" Not to worry, and he really doesn't take this Fong Yun power seriously, and there are many reasons for that. Lin Han asked Fong Yun if he was only level 3, and if he started from 0 he would be higher than him and show level 10 there. All the students were in complete shock, and where did Lin Han already have the 10th level, and how was he able to achieve the result and get out of dangerous places? Lin Han continued to show off his power and thought that people were naive. And how could they believe that Fong Yun was stronger than all of them? Fong Yun said that Lin Han is a useless beast tamer, and how could he become so strong in a short time and seems to be cheating? Fong Yun told Lin Han that even Leng Lingshu couldn't achieve this on her own, and he was definitely cheating, and he was clearly expecting a dirty trick. Lin Han told Fong Yun that if he can't do something, it doesn't mean that no one can, and has he heard of hidden classes, and this is important. Lin Han wanted to say a few words to instructor Kao Chong, and he helped him become stronger to some extent by arranging a sneaky test in the portal. Lin Han told instructor Cao Chong that he promised to evaluate the bet, and he won, and let him make sure that Fong Yun does not escape from there soon. Lin Han said that he was helped to reach this level by Kao Chong's assistants, and they protected him, and he asks the instructor to thank him. Instructor Kao Chong was horrified, and did Lin Han know that he sent people after him, but why was he alive then, and did he really capture them? Instructor Cao Chun thought that he had worked so hard to get this position, and he would not let a brat ruin everything, and he would protect himself. Leng Lingzhao wondered if Lin Han had reached level 10 and was the former #1 genius of the academy, and where did he get so much strength from? Leng Lingshui is now at level 5, and she decided that she would catch up with Lin Han sooner or later anyway, and she trains often in battles. Lin Han asked, "Sister Bai Bing, didn't she say that she had important things to do, and why did she come there today?" And it was strange. Teacher Bai Bing told Lin Han that she had already settled everything and she couldn't help but come because it was her job and she wanted to support the students. Long Tianjiao told Master Bai Bing that Lin Han had reached such a level in a couple of hours and that he had great potential and was unique. Lin Han listened to his friend's words, and Long Tianjiao asked Bai Bing to give his friend time, and he would definitely become invincible, and no one would defeat him. Teacher Bai Bing froze in place and realized that it was not in vain that she came, and her intuition told her that Lin Han was in danger, and she was right. Instructor Kao Chong rushed towards Lin Han with a blow and said that he would take his life, and that the student was wrong to think that he was cooler than all people now. Teacher Bai Bing stood up for Lin Han and asked her friend to be careful, and she would protect the boy from the attack of the villainous instructor Kao. Teacher Bai Bing blocked the attack and asked instructor Cao Chong what he was doing, and that he was not allowed to attack an academy student. Instructor Cao Chong told teacher Bai Bing that the academy rules did not apply to him, and he had made up his mind, and it was too late to protect Lin Han. Instructor Cao Chong told teacher Bai Bing that he must quickly and without a doubt finish off Lin Han today, and no one will save him. Teacher Bai Bing flew back a couple of meters from the blow of instructor Cao Chun and realized that everything was serious and she would use force against the villain. Teacher Bai Bing won't let Lin Han get hurt by instructor Cao Chong's attacks, but she doesn't understand why he wants to destroy the guy. Teacher Bai Bing jumped towards instructor Cao Chong with a punch and said that as long as she was there, he would definitely not be able to harm Lin Han. Instructor Cao Chong listened to teacher Bai Bing's words and thought that she had come at the wrong time and was preventing him from finishing off Lin Han and was irritating him. Long Tianjiao asked teacher Bai Bing to hold on, and he believes that she can defeat instructor Cao Chong with her knowledge and tactics. But Lin Han said that sister Bai Bing was no match for instructor Cao Chong, and she would be at a disadvantage if the fight continued. Instructor Cao Chong grabbed Bai Bing's leg and said that she was trying her best to protect Lin Han, and his feelings for her were in vain, and he was angry. Instructor Cao Chong began to lift teacher Bai Bing, and she realized that the instructor had more experience, and it would be difficult for her to defeat him in battle. Instructor Cao Chong told Bai Bing that in that case, he would not be patient at first, and would take the interest, and he had been waiting for this moment for so long. But at that very moment, Instructor Cao Chong noticed the leg already next to his face and realized that he would not have time to defend himself from the blow. Lin Han kicked Instructor Cao Chong in the face and prevented him from harming Sister Bai Bing, and no one has the right to do this and will punish him. Lin Han caught his sister Bai Bing and prevented her from falling, and he appreciates her care, and she was willing to die to save him, and he respects her. Lin Han asked Bai Bing's sister if she was okay, and she told her friend that she was okay and that she had not been injured during the fight. Lin Han asked instructor Kao Chong how a level 10 kick tasted like, and he hoped that the instructor had experienced the power himself. Lin Han told instructor Kao Chong that he had attacked from behind. If he did not give a clear explanation, he would use force against the scoundrel again. Instructor Kao Chong told Lin Han that he sent 3 level 15 assistants after him and none of them returned, and it was terrible. Instructor Kao Chong told Lin Han that it seemed he had taken the lives of all his assistants to gain experience from them, and that he was a scoundrel and a coward. Instructor Kao Chong told Lin Han that he was so cruel that he was unworthy of being a student at the academy, and he would give the verdict now. And at that moment, Lin Han threw someone next to Instructor Kao Chong, and he did not understand what Lin Han was doing and how he wanted to save himself there. Lin Han asked Instructor Kao Chong if this wasn't the assistant he was talking about, and he was secretly following him in the portal, and he knew. Instructor Cao Chong realized that his assistant was indeed in the afterlife, and he was 100% right when he told them that Lin Han was a scoundrel. Instructor Cao Chong figured out that the other two were also dead, and that was great, and the dead couldn't testify to everything to them. Instructor Cao Chong told Lin Han that he even brought a corpse, and he told everyone that Lin Han was dangerous and needed to be eliminated. Lin Han listened with interest to the instructor Cao Chong's complaints, and he asked the student what he would say in his defense, and he wanted to know. Lin Han told instructor Cao Chong that he simply saw someone die in the Shadow Mountains, and out of the kindness of his heart, he carried him out right away. Lin Han told instructor Cao Chong that he did good, unlike those who send juniors to death, and he pretends that he has nothing to do with it. Lin Han told his brother that he was truly pathetic, and even after death he would take all the blame on himself, and his brother did not care about the honor of his soldier. Lin Han told instructor Kao Chong that if he didn't like it, he should remember that at night he needed to find other assistants and not him. Instructor Cao Chong rushed at Lin Han and said that he was talking nonsense there and he would teach him good manners, and why was he blaming the teacher? Teacher Bai Bing asked instructor Cao Chong how he dared to brazenly attack Lin Han, and he gave himself away, and now he will be punished. Long Tian Jiao asked brother Lin Han to be careful, and Cao Chong is very strong and has sneaky ways to fight, and he hates him. Lin Han asked instructor Cao Chong if he was afraid that he would blurt out his dirty deeds and he would lose his temper since it was all true. Lin Han told instructor Cao Chong that of course he was right, and who would have thought that the instructor would send people to harm his student. Instructor Cao Chong told Lin Han to shut up, and he did all this to avenge A Hao, and the student himself is to blame for always making him angry. Lin Han asked instructor Cao Chong if this was revenge or if he just wanted to eliminate the witness, and if he himself understood what he was doing, and if this was absurd. Fong Yun supported instructor Cao Chong and wants him to teach a lesson to the scumbag Lin Han, who imagines himself to be the hero and genius of the academy. Fong Yun's friends wanted instructor Cao Chong to defeat the villain, and Lin Han threw stones at them, and he should be punished for his impudence. Instructor Cao Chong continued to strike Lin Han hundreds of times, and he is on another level, and even teacher Bai Bing could not defeat him in combat. Instructor Cao Chong did not understand what was happening and how Lin Han deftly dodged his fist, and even professionals could not do this. Lin Han realized that instructor Cao Chong was much stronger than him, and in a head-on fight, he was no match for him, and he would defeat him in such a fight soon. But Lin Han doesn't want to fight with instructor Cao Chong with his fists, so he takes out his staff and uses all his secrets on the instructor now. The minimum level to take the ice staff is level 10. But Lin Han has reached that level and will already teach instructor Cao Chong a lesson. And at that moment, instructor Cao Chong noticed that his leg was frozen, and he did not understand what happened, and he controlled all the enemy's attacks. Lin Han quickly ran towards instructor Cao Chong, and this is his chance to win, and he immobilized him with his staff, and now he will immediately attack. Lin Han dealt a powerful blow to instructor Cao Chong, and in vain he was so confident in himself. It was not for nothing that even the Wolf King could not defeat him in battle. Instructor Cao Chong was hit into the wall by Lin Han's strong strike, and he was not prepared to defend and repel the attack, and the student surprised everyone. Lin Han realized that it was good that after pumping, his strength increased, and he was able to suppress instructor Cao Chong, and the staff helped him find his weakness. Lin Han decided that once he got some distance away, he definitely wouldn't have to climb himself, and he spent a lot of strength and energy in the battle. Lin Han's stats are slightly inferior to instructor Cao Chong, but it doesn't matter if a heavenly ant enters the battle, and he believes Lin Han called his beast, and he knows that she can defeat not only instructor Kao Chong, and few can compare with the beast in strength. The beast awakened, and Lin Han realized that instructor Cao Chong could only meekly accept the blows and beg for mercy from his fighter. The heavenly ant was at level 13, and her strength had risen to 1,700, her agility to 1,600, and her intelligence was high. Instructor Cao Chong came to his senses at this time, and he took a very serious blow from Lin Han and had to be extremely careful. The beast stood in front of instructor Cao Chong, and she will never forgive anyone who wanted to harm Lin Han because he is the best boss. Instructor Cao Chong was angry and wanted to take revenge on Lin Han for his blow, and he didn't care if the beast was fighting against him, and he was tough. The beast said that everyone who hurt Lin Han should die immediately, and she will punish instructor Cao Chong for the cavity, and he is a scoundrel. The beast collided with the instructor Cao Chun, and there was a roar, and people are interested to know who will win the fight, and both are strong. The beast continued to beat instructor Cao Chong, and will continue to beat him until Lin Han gives the order to stop and she leaves. Instructor Cao Chong realized that Lin Han had strong support, and his beast was trained in many attacks and he could not always defend there. Long Tianjiao was delighted and said that Lin Han was a handsome man, and he hid such a beauty who fights better than instructor Cao. Teacher Bai Bing was tense and nervous, and she didn't know who the lady was, and Lin Han didn't tell her anything about her and why he hid her for so long. Fong Yun was shocked and said that instructor Cao Chong flew away, and he did not think that someone could hurt him because he had a different level and experience. Friends asked brother Fong Yun what happened and why instructor Cao Chong couldn't defeat this lady, and he thought he was invincible. The beast screamed and wanted to beat instructor Cao Chong with all his might, and then he would not harm Lin Han in the future and he would understand everything. Lin Han asked the beast to come back, and she punished the instructor Cao Chong, and if he continues the fight, she can take his life, and it is so dangerous. The beast listened to Lin Han's order, and she will carry out his orders, and instructor Cao Chong got what he deserved for his actions to the boss. Her true nature is an ancient beast, and this information is too dangerous for them, and therefore it is better for her to retreat for now, and he will protect the beast. The beast told the master Lin Han that she obeyed his order and stopped hitting the instructor Cao Chong and wanted to know if she was good. Lin Han told the beast that she was good but asked the beast to turn back into an ant first and not attract attention. The beast kindly agreed with Lin Han and said that he could ask her for anything and she would not argue with him and would do everything. And at that very second, the beast turned back into an ant, as Lin Han personally wished, and she is always on the alert and ready to help him with trouble. The beast climbed back onto Lin Han's shoulder, and she is waiting for his order, and if he wants to see her, she will sit on the boss's shoulder secretly. Instructor Cao Chong told Lin Han that not only did he take the life of his assistant, but he also attacked the instructor with others and broke the law. Lin Han listened to the words of instructor Cao Chong, and he asked the student where the lady he fought with went. But he has things to do now. Instructor Cao Chong told Lin Han that the instructor had not seen such vile students like him for a long time, and he clearly ruined his mood. Instructor Cao Chong was angry and told Lin Han that he should be punished properly there, and he would regret attacking him and beating him up so badly. But suddenly at this moment, someone stood on the shoulder of instructor Cao Chong and asked him to wait and not to draw conclusions with Lin Han today. The man broke instructor Cao Chun and said that the case had not even been investigated yet and that he should not rush to label the academy student. Instructor Cao Chun asked the dean how he got there, and he thought that he was the busiest person and would not waste time on teachers. It was the dean of the first school, Si Kun Cheng, and he is level 56 and a master demon exterminator, and he came to restore order. Instructor Cao Chong told the dean that Lin Han had killed his assistants in order to improve his level, and he had fought with the teacher. Instructor Cao Chong said that he wanted to capture Lin Han, but he did not give in and wanted to kill him, and such scoundrels must be punished severely. Instructor Cao Chong said that the witnesses and evidence are there and asks their dean to make a decision and destroy Lin Han, and he deserves it. Lin Han told instructor Cao Chong that he spoke so beautifully, and did he really think that he would refute the rumors and complain to the dean? Dean Sai Kongcheng told Lin Han that it seemed like he had something to tell him, and he would be interested in hearing all the information about the incident. Lin Han told Dean Si Kongcheng that, of course, he would explain everything. But maybe the dean should first check the cause of Cao Chong's assistant's death. Dean Sai Kongcheng told Lin Han that he would investigate the cause of assistant instructor Cao Chong's death, and they should find out the truth. Dean Sai Kongcheng said that the assistant was seriously injured and that such fatal wounds were the work of a large beast, and he found out that Instructor Cao Chong said that even if the assistant was finished off by the beast, Lin Han was definitely involved, and how else could he bring his body? Lin Han told the instructor that Kao Chong was just lying, and he just brought the assistant's body, and he decided that he killed the guy. Lin Han asked Cao Chong why he didn't say that he sent an assistant to finish him off, but he was weak and died himself. Bai Bing told Dean Sai Kongcheng that Kao Chong had previously sent their disciple Lin Han to an area that was not of his level, and there was suspicion of deception. Dean Sai Kongcheng listened to her, and Bai Bing said that Kao Chong said that he sent an assistant to protect Lin Han, but she does not believe him. Instructor Kao Chong told Dean Kongcheng that this was unfair, and how could an instructor cause harm, and this was slander. And Bai Bing was lying. Instructor Cao Chong told Dean Sai Kongcheng that these were just Lin Han's words, and there was no evidence. So why should they believe it? Dean Sai Kongcheng told Lin Han that the instructor's accusation was not a trifle, and whether he had evidence and they would all reveal the truth. Instructor Cao Chong thought that all his assistants were dead, and there was no evidence. And even if they were alive, they would not help Lin Han. Lin Han told Dean Sai Kongcheng that he did not have the habit of lying and blaming others, and opened a portal, and soon people would know the truth from him. And then the instructor's assistants Kao Chong and the Beast appeared from the portal, and Lin Han said that of course he has evidence and he will prove his words. Teacher Bai Bing was happy, and she knows Lin Han's character, and he is not an ordinary person, and it is not for nothing that he accuses Instructor Cao Chong, and Lin is a genius. Long Tianjiao was also surprised, and he did not understand what evidence Lin Han had. But he saw from the beginning that the instructor had definitely humiliated Lin Han. Lin Han said that when this happened, these three were secretly watching him and accidentally encountered the Wolf King, and it was a tragedy. Lin Han said that one assistant died on the spot. Only then he went out and sent the Wolf King to the next world, and here is all the evidence from the battle. Lin Han told the people that they were probably curious to know why Instructor Kao Chong sent 3 assistants to follow him there. Lin Han kicked Assistant Instructor Kao Chong and said that 2 of the assistants should give them an answer and clarify the situation with their leader. The assistant said that Instructor Cao Chong ordered them to watch Lin Han there and create the illusion of his death from the claws of a rampaging beast. The assistant agreed with his friend's words and said that Instructor Cao Chun was definitely to blame for everything, and they could no longer tolerate the humiliation. Lin Han knows that there are many ants in the wild, and these cute creatures strictly live according to hierarchy and can harm any of them. Lin Han realized that it was easy to beat confessions out of people with an ancient beast, and the assistants quickly told him the truth about the boss. Lin Han asked Instructor Cao Chong if he wanted to explain something to him, and all the people were curious to know, but he was embarrassed to say it. Instructor Cao Chong stood next to Lin Han, and he was speechless, and did not know how to respond to Lin Han's accusations, and the student was clearly right. Instructor Cao Chong wanted to escape from there. And how could these 2 worthless assistants confess so quickly, and they betrayed him now? But at that very moment, Instructor Cao Chong saw the magic of their Dean Sai Kongcheng in front of him, and the instructor realized that he definitely wouldn't be able to hide. Dean Sai Kongcheng's seal reached Instructor Cao Chong, and immediately he was struck by lightning, and he screamed and begged the dean to play pranks on him there. Dean Sai Kongcheng told Cao Chong that he, as an instructor of a very elite academy, intended to harm a student, and this is terrible. Instructor Cao Chun listened to Dean Sai Kongcheng's words, and he said that this seriously violated the academy's principles, and he brought shame on the academy. Dean Sai Kongcheng is serious and told Instructor Cao Chong to prepare to accept the punishment he deserves, and his act is a nightmare. Teacher Bai Bing told Lin Han that the matter was over, and they could go home since he had fought the monsters and was able to get out of there. Lin Han stood nearby, and Teacher Bai Bing said that the test was not a hindrance for him and let him get into her car, and they would go straight away. But at this moment, Leng Ling Xue stood in front of Lin Han, and she wanted to ask the student something and would not let him go until her friend answered her. Leng Ling Xue asked Lin Han if he really killed the Wolf King there, and she heard that he was high level and very strong. Leng Ling Xue asked about it again, and Lin Han asked her if she could keep her distance, and he felt uncomfortable. Leng Ling Xue told Lin Han that his profession is clearly not close combat and is more designed for attacks from afar on opponents. Leng Ling Sug told Lin Han that without his partners to distract the enemy, he would not be able to face the Wolf King face-to-face in battle. Leng Lingzi told Lin Han that the only explanation was that he had made a contract with a very powerful battle beast, and she felt. Lin Han listened to her, and Ling Xue suggested that he fight there in training, and she wants to know what he is capable of, and a friend is intriguing. Lin Han told Ling Xue that now was not the best time, and he didn't know that the cold and unapproachable Ling Xue was so curious. But at that moment, teacher Bai Bing hit Ling Xue's hand, and she realized that she wanted to become stronger quickly. But that's not all that important. Teacher Bai Bing told Ling Xue that they needed to quickly sum up the results of the test and not brazenly measure their strength with Lin Han. Ling Lingyi told Lin Master Bai Bing that she was curious about how a beast tamer fights and hoped that she would understand her intentions. Teacher Bai Bing apologized to Ling Xue, but Lin Han has not rested after the battle, and he cannot conduct training with her. Lin Han raised his hand and wanted to distract there, and he noticed that now the atmosphere was tense, and the ladies could immediately cling to each other. Lin Han told teacher Bai Bing that all the boys were tired after the fights and maybe they could let them go home and tomorrow they would both have training. The ladies looked at Lin Han in silence and he told them that the weather was great today and he didn't want to distract them from their conversation, and he was nobody. Teacher Bai Bing thought that first some strange lady appeared, now also Ling Xue. And how much longer should she tolerate these girls? Teacher Bai Bing didn't understand when Lin Han became a womanizer. Although she didn't care, and she didn't really communicate with Lin Han anymore. Teacher Bai Bing told the students that since everything was settled there, she would also go home and ask the students to be careful and that she valued them. Ling Lingzhu told Lin Han that he still didn't answer the question and why he was thinking. And it seems like he is hiding something from her, and it is obvious. Lin Han was very nervous and told Ling Xue that his friend was a little tired today, and let them discuss everything another time and he would answer her. Ling Xue agreed with Lin Han and asked only not to forget, and he promised her, and she will wait for him to fulfill his promise and answer. Lin Han is glad that Ling Xue left, and he has a feeling that Sister Bai Bing is angry, and maybe she found out that he secretly went there. Lin Han came to the Shadow Mountain trading platform and he must not think about it, and he still has a lot of things to do, and he will succeed in everything. Lin Han decided that if he sold these two things, he could cover some of the expenses and even pay off the debt he borrowed from Bai Bing's sister. The manager of the trading floor told Mr. Lin Han that everyone called him Tian and said that he wanted to sell two things and he would take a look himself. Lin Han asked manager Tian to take a look. And these are the equipment he got from the Silver Training Zone on the Shadow Mountain, and they are valuable. Lin Han saw manager Tian's reaction and asked Mr. what happened to him and why he froze in place and became so nervous. Manager Tian asked the gentleman if his name was Lin Han, and he knew him, and it seemed like fate had brought them together, and he would explain everything, and he was waiting for a guest. Lin Han was surprised and asked manager Tian if he knew him, and for some reason he didn't remember that they met, or he just forgot everything. Manager Tian smiled and told Lin Han that of course he knows him, and he has been friends with his father for more than 10 years and can call him uncle. Manager Tian told Lin Han that he can already walk around the Shadow Mountain Zone and at such an age he has such strength and talents. Lin Han told Uncle Tian that he would then trust him with these two things, and thought that maybe he could get more money since he was an acquaintance. Manager Tian told Lin Han that he could trust him, and immediately thought that the guy was still young, and he could buy things cheaper from a friend. Lin Han and Manager Tian smiled and each wanted to get their own benefit there, and the deal would bring them success and they would both bargain. Manager Tian told Lin Han that these two things are of good quality and in honor of their acquaintance. Uncle Tian will give 5 million coins to his friend. Lin Han told Manager Tian that the deal must be done according to the rules, and that this equipment was worth at least 8 million coins. Manager Tian told Lin Han that his father was his best friend, and he would give him 5.5 million for the valuable artifacts immediately. But Lin Han said that 7,800,000 is a good number, but Uncle Tian is willing to give him 6,600,000. They agreed on a price of 6,666,000, which is even more than Lin Han expected, and it's a great bargain. Manager Tian told Lin Han that they worked well together, and he wanted his friend to become a regular customer, and he would give him a lot of money. Lin Han agreed with Manager Tian, but the man thought that the kid had tricked him a little, and he paid him more for 2 attributes. Manager Tian said Lin Han said that the money has already been transferred to this bank card, and he is so quick to solve the money issues. And then a girl came up to them and showed 2 bank cards, and the Manager Tian himself asked for this, and they have a generous client and a friend of the boss. Manager Tian told Lin Han that the black card was their trading house's VIP card, with a credit limit of 3 million coins for them. Manager Tian told Lin Han that if he needed to buy or sell anything in the future, he could safely contact their uncle, Lin Han said a huge thank you to Manager Tian, and he will come to him again and bring valuable artifacts and they will both start doing business. Lin Han decided that since he had come, he would also take a look at a couple of valuable and magical scrolls, and they could help him learn combat techniques. 10 minutes later, Lin Han started to leave the store and realized that Manager Tian was a cunning person and he needed to communicate seriously. Manager Tian stood behind and thought that this Lin Han had just awakened, and he already had such strength and would succeed in the future. Manager Tian decided that he would probably have many more chances to work with Lin Han in the future, and he would not let such a client go. The next day, there was a man standing outside Lin Han's house, waiting for Mr. Lin Han to come out and discuss some important details. Lin Han was surprised to see Uncle Liu and asked his friend how he ended up there and how he could help him and let him tell him what was the matter. The Bai family's manager, Butler Liu, bowed and told Lin Han that they hadn't seen each other for a long time and that he was already so happy to see them today. Lin Han told Uncle Liu that they had not seen each other since the Lin family had fallen into decline and asked what brought him there to see him today. Uncle Liu told Lin Han that Miss Bai Bing had personally bravely gone into the diamond dungeon for him and captured the void beast there. But Uncle Liu said that for his unauthorized actions, the head of the Bai family ordered Bai Bing to be placed under house arrest, so he brought the beast to him. Lin Han thought that Sister Bai Bing had gone to the diamond dungeon herself, and even director Kao Chong would definitely not dare to go there. But Uncle Liu blocked Lin Han's path and said that the master had given him a message, and he was obliged to tell his friend this news personally. Uncle Liu said that the master said that the Bai family had already done everything possible for Lin Han and let him take the beast, and that was all. Uncle Liu told Lin Han that the master ordered not to approach his daughter anymore. Otherwise, Lin Han would have serious problems, and this is a fact. Lin Han was shocked by Uncle Liu's words and thought that he had always communicated so well with Bai Bing's family. And why did her father decide this for her? Lin Han told the butler Liu that he also wanted to say a few words to them and let him tell the master because he was waiting for answers and he would wait. Lin Han said thank you to Liu for his concern, but there was no debt between him and the Bai family to begin with, and he had nothing to pay his friends for. Uncle Liu listened to him, and Lin Han said that when the Lin family was destroyed, he did not ask him for help, and now he does not ask for a favor. Lin Han started to leave from there and told Uncle Liu to take the beast and he doesn't need it and asks to convey thanks to the head of the family for taking care of it. Lin Han asked Uncle Liu to tell the mister that he didn't need their help at all, and neither did the beast, and that the family shouldn't approach him with the matter. Uncle Liu told Lin Han that he was brave, but if the Bai family decided to give something, no one had the right to refuse, and this was already the law. Uncle Liu wanted to attack Lin Han and said that before he refused now, he should weigh his strength and that it was in vain that their friend contradicted his elders. Lin Han turned around and looked at Uncle Liu with a menacing gaze, and he would not spare him if he dared to attack him and smash Uncle Liu. Uncle Liu was completely shocked and froze in place and stopped attacking Lin Han, but he never thought that the guy was so strong. Lin Han continued to glare at Uncle Liu. And why did the Bai family think they could attack him without causing any consequences to their family? Uncle Liu doesn't understand what's going on and why he can't do anything to Lin Han, and he paralyzed him with his aura, and he feels, Uncle Liu thought, wasn't Lin Han considered weak? And why did he suddenly become so scared and afraid to approach him and he terrified? Butler Liu thought that this couldn't be, and he wouldn't let some guy suppress him and would fight him for the sake of their family. Lin Han threw a bank card at Uncle Liu and asked him to take it, and he wants the Bai family to have no doubt that he is helpless. Butler Liu took Lin Han's map in his hands and doesn't know why he gave him the map, and maybe there is a huge amount of money and let him explain everything. Lin Han told Uncle Liu that this was the money that Bai Bing had borrowed a couple of days ago, and now he was returning it all with interest to Bing. Butler Liu listened to him, and Lin Han asked him to convey his gratitude to his sister Bai Bing. But Lin Han clearly did not owe anything to anyone. Lin Han told Uncle Liu not to attack him there without reason in the future, and he would no longer remember his past relationship with the Bai family. Butler Liu is amazed, and is this still the same Lin Han? And how can a guy who lost his family have such a spirit, and he is a brave guy? Lin Han returned home and thought that the cunning fox was already visiting the chicken, and nothing good should be expected because he knows their character. But Lin Han lay down on his bed and thought about his sister Bai Bing. And although he kept his distance from her, not wanting to burden her or offend her like that, but Lin Han realized that such coercion was unpleasant, and tomorrow he had to go on a mission to change classes, and he would not think about his family. At this time, the beast Lin Han has gained strength and energy, and she wants not only to be near her master but also to help him, because he is clearly in grief. The beast kissed Lin Han, and she thinks that the owner is the best, and people are mistaken when they say that the owner is not capable of something. And at that very moment, the house became very bright, and the beast changed its appearance, and in this form, it is easier for her to communicate and support the owner. And Lin is kind. The animal lay down next to its owner and noticed that he had already fallen asleep and that he had had a hard day, and that he needed to gain strength, and that he had a mission tomorrow. The beast hugged Lin Han and said that he had worked hard, and that she was proud that he was her master and that together they would achieve unprecedented success. The next day, the students came to the classroom change temple, and the teacher told Mr. Lin Han that she personally chose a room for him. People were discussing rumors that some beast tamer had awakened in the first school, and that he was incredibly cool and could defeat anyone. People said that being a beast tamer was the most useless profession. But Lin Han rose to level 10 and defeated Kao. Lin Han realized that everyone knew about the news, and in the future it would be better for him to be more modest to avoid problems, and he would take all this into account. Lin Han entered the room and hoped that he would show an incredible result and amaze the teachers. Because before this, no one believed in his strength. Lin Han walked into the room and saw a huge crystal, and it seemed like he should approach the crystal and it would reveal the true potential soon. Lin Han remembered that the receptionist girl said that he had to touch their crystal there, and the class change task would be displayed. Lin Han thought that the class change quest at level 10 shouldn't be that difficult and he could clearly handle it easily. Lin Han received a quest and must kill the thunderbeasts in the ancient ruins, and has received at least 7 energy stones and is capable of success. All the people froze in place and learned that Lin Han had received a quest to change his job to a 5-star level. And the people thought it was a disaster. People said that it seems like someone there activated a 5-star task, and this is the same hellish level, and it is unrealistic to pass it alone. Lin Han was depressed, and he got a 5-star quest. And what kind of bad luck did he have? And he hoped that he would not strain himself and was wrong. People were still looking at the 5-star mission, and the guy was clearly unlucky. And it is unrealistic for a fighter to complete such a mission alone. It is important for people to know who this loser is that pulled out such a task. And the guy does not have enough strength and skills to defeat the monsters from the portal. People are very interested to know what cool class is behind this task, and the fighter should hope that he can survive after the task. Lin Han walked out of the room and he was happy that the system didn't show his name. Otherwise, there would have been a lot of trouble and people would have surrounded him there. Lin Han decided that the task was accepted and there was no way back, and he was no longer afraid of strong monsters, and he himself already had a strong beast. After some time, Lin Han came to the destroyed ruins, and if he can't defeat the monster, he will make every effort and outwit. At the gathering place of the mercenaries, all the fighters were walking and they were discussing the plan, and no one would stop the fighters from their goal, and they would all gain experience in battle. The soldier told his colleagues that not a single person came there for a task, and this month they will have to make do with little again. And at that moment, the soldier noticed that someone had come to them and who this daredevil was, and he wanted to meet him personally and ask what the guy wanted. It was Lin Han, and he silently walked past the soldiers, and he has no time for them now, and he received a very important and serious task. The soldier told his colleagues that this guy was well dressed, and could it really be a young gentleman from some family who had come to carry out a task? The soldier told his friends that he didn't expect to stumble upon a money bag at such a time, and it looked like there would be a catch today, and they were so lucky. The soldier asked his colleagues to watch their language, what a money bag this is, and this is their respected boss, and let him change his attitude towards this guy. One of the soldiers called Lin Han and said that he came there for a mission and wanted to defeat the formidable monsters. But it would be difficult for him. The soldier asked Lin Han if he wanted to hire their squad, and the quality was already guaranteed, and knowing that a newbie would give a 20% discount. But Lin Han told the soldier that he didn't need help and thanked him for offering his services. But he and his colleagues could rest and wait. The mercenary told Lin Han that they could discuss the price, and maybe he and his colleagues could do everything without commission, and he seemed good to them. Lin Han listened to the mercenary's words, and the soldier said that they could all go with him for company and he would not ask for payment for their services. But at that very second, Lin Han grabbed the mercenary's hand tightly, and he told him that he didn't need help and why he wouldn't leave him alone. Lin Han is serious and told the mercenary that if he continues to climb now, he will lose his arm. And he warned him, and this pisses him off. The soldier stood next to Lin Han and he was in a lot of pain, and the guy is not simple, and he squeezed his hand so hard and he himself will not get out. Lin Han pushed the mercenary aside and doesn't want them to interfere with him completing the task, and he will pump up his beast, and he decided to do this. Lin Han thought about the soldiers' words that they would help without a commission, and did they really think that he was a complete noob and didn't understand anything himself? The mercenary was furious and told his colleagues that he would finish off the guy, and Lin Han insulted and disgraced him, and it seems he knows about their plans. But the woman waved a knife and told the bald soldier to calm down and not get angry over trifles. And he knows that they will not leave the scoundrel. The soldier asked the boss if they were going to let this guy go so easily, and he pushed him and said nasty things and even insulted him in a minute. The woman stuck a knife into the board and told the soldier that there was a patrol watching, and now was not the time for a fight, and he should wait a bit. The boss told the soldiers that no one can provoke and just leave from there, and as soon as he leaves the safe place, they will attack. Lin Han came to the place at this time, and could it really be that these were the ancient ruins, and the landscape was already different from the mountains like heaven and earth? Lin Han told the beast that it was time to go out and it was time to start, and they couldn't wait long, and he wanted to get a reward and sell everything at a high price. The beast told Lin Han that she was ready and the owner was sure that she would fight well today because she couldn't live without fighting, and she was bored. And then Lin Han noticed that he had a system task, and he wanted to immediately find out all the information that would help him in battles. The system congratulated Lin Han, and he activated the boss-level quest there. And the content of the quest is to hunt the Apostle of Thunder and defeat the boss. Lin Han realized that 300 points is not bad, and this is already fuel for pumping the beast, and it will make her even stronger, and she will become invulnerable. But Lin Han realized that the place where the task was to be completed was already a change of profession, and he did not know where the Apostle of Thunder was, and this was a disaster. Lin Han told the beast that they would first do the main mission, and then they could farm points and he would improve all of the lady's skills. The beast stood next to Lin Han, and she was delighted and waited for these days to start hunting monsters, and she likes this activity. Along the way, Lin Han and his beast encountered a pack of level 15 thunderbeasts, and they are cruel and want to destroy all humans. The beast began to attack the thunderbeasts, and she will show all the techniques, and the monsters will not be able to defend themselves from the furious attacks, and she is so strong. The thunderbeasts ran towards Lin Han and wanted to unleash all their might on the guy, and he seemed weak and would not be able to dodge the attacks. Lin Han asked the monsters if they couldn't defeat the beast and wanted to attack him, and thought that he was weak and couldn't repel all attacks. And at that moment, Lin Han created a fireball and told the beasts that he was not afraid of them, and they could continue to go to him and they would play there. Lin Han said that grilled thunder beast meat should be so delicious, and he will soon find out. And it was in vain that the monsters got involved with the boss. The thunder beasts froze in place from shock and realized that Lin Han was very strong, and he directed magic at them and where to hide from his attack. Lin Han defeated the thunder beasts with the magic scroll technique, and this is a mass fireball, and no one can defend against the ball. The system informed Lin Han that he successfully defeated the monsters, and he received energy stones, but the experience did not increase. And there is already a reason. The thunder beasts were retreating, and Lin Han could cripple them all, and they needed to hide in a secluded place where that person wouldn't find them. The system informed Lin Han that he had reached the first class limit and that he should complete the class change quest, otherwise he would not gain combat experience. Lin Han told the system that his task is not finished yet, and the monsters want to escape, but his scrolls will not agree and they want to fight. Lin Han asked the beast to speed up and finish off all the monsters, and the owner knows that she is capable of defeating everyone in a minute, but she just finds it funny. The beast told Lin Han that she understood him and soon she would not leave a single monster there, and they would regret that they wanted to attack the owner. The thunder beasts were crying and wanted to quickly run away from the battlefield, and they are very powerful hunters, and why bother them because they are harmless. At the end of the battle, Lin Han told the beast that it was not bad, and in a couple of minutes they collected all the energy stones, and she was incomparable in battle. The beast listened to Lin Han's words, and he said that although all the magic scrolls are expensive, they are really useful in battle and they broke the enemy. Lin Han looked at the system and without completing the class change, all this is useless, but at least the beast rose from 13th to 15th. Lin Han took out his phone and hoped that there was already information about the Thunder Apostle, and he asked Manager Tian to help him search. Manager Tian told Lin Han that he had found out the location of the Thunder Apostle and would now send him the data so that he could find and bring him everything. But it is difficult to deal with the Thunder Apostle until Lin Han reaches level 15, and it is better not to go there alone, and it is dangerous. Lin Han suggested the beast to go and earn points, and they will improve all their skills, and she will become even stronger and faster and a battle strategist. The beast listened to the words of the owner and said that she would follow him, and they were not afraid of obstacles, and Lin Han would give her useful advice there. The girl followed Lin Han, and one magic scroll is already worth tens of thousands, and how many he threw them away along the way and they hit the jackpot. The bald mercenary asked the boss what they were going to do, and maybe they should attack Lin Han now when he was not expecting it, and surprise them. But the boss asked the soldier not to rush and wait a little longer, and she wants Lin Han to accumulate more energy stones. The boss told the soldier that besides, the lady next to Lin Han is strong, and they will wait until the fighters get exhausted and then attack the impudent ones. The soldier smiled and told the boss that she was a genius, and he couldn't have come up with a brilliant plan so quickly, and it's not for nothing that all the soldiers respect her. The beast hugged Lin Han, and she felt comfortable next to him, and he would never let her be offended and would punish every enemy who wanted to harm the lady. At this time, the Thunder Apostle was sleeping and he was level 17, and no one else had been able to reach him and disturb the boss there. Lin Han asked if the Thunder Apostle was at the 17th level, and compared to the Wolf King, it was nothing and no longer a challenge at all. Lin Han pointed his finger at the Thunder Apostle and ordered him to defeat him, and then they would calmly go home and rest from all the fuss together. The Apostle of Thunder noticed the beast and wanted to protect himself from the enemy, and he will not lose, and was preparing for this moment, and it is so difficult to compare with him. But at that very second, the beast dealt a powerful blow to the Apostle of Thunder, and he was unable to react and defend himself from her blow, and he underestimated. The beast turned back into an ant, and she has a plan, and the monster won't understand the trick and will think that she just disappeared and will distract them. The beast burrowed under the sand, and she will carry out Lin Han's order, and he wants her to quickly deal with the monster and they will go homes. The beast began to emerge from under the Apostle of Thunder, and she will attack from below, and then the monster will not notice the trajectory of her attacks, and she is so smart and strategist. And at that moment, the beast dealt a furious blow to the Apostle of Thunder, and she will not drag it out for long, and soon the battle will end, and she will already be satisfied. Lin Han took out the scroll and wants to try this technique on the Thunder Apostle, and hopes that he will crush him, and he has no chance of salvation. Lin Han created a huge crystal with the scroll and placed it above the monster, and his beast will help him and together they will defeat it. Lin Han waved his hand and told the Thunder Apostle that this was the end, and he was sorry that he couldn't show all his talents, but he didn't give them a chance. Lin Han defeated the Thunder Apostle with an ice spear, but did not receive points from the system even for such feats, and he feels offended for this. The beast sat on the ground and told Lin Han that she was tired and the fight was continuous and exhausting, and the opponent did not want to give up in any way. Lin Han said that this guy's attack is not that strong, but he doesn't understand why the monster is so tenacious, and they barely finished him off now. Lin Han realized that after dealing with the Thunder Messenger, he had already received 300 tamer points, and their day had been very profitable. Lin Han knows that these glasses are useless anyway, and it is better to awaken a new skill in the beast, and he invested 300 points in her iron bones. The beast immediately feels an improvement in the body, and Lin Han is so generous and gave all the points they earned there to pump up her skills. The system reported that the skill was activated, and the beast's defense was increased by 20%, and it was harder to break through and it became so strong. The beast hugged Lin Han tightly, and she feels that she has become much stronger, and thanks to the owner for helping her with her skills, and she is so lucky. Lin Han listened to the beast's words and was shocked by her behavior, and he asked her to behave decently, and they were in a wild and dangerous area. And at that moment, someone told Lin Han that she is quite strong, and he defeated the monsters that popular hunters were afraid of, and he is cool. It was the boss with the soldiers, and she told Lin Han that there was no use in force, and in order to survive there, you need to rely on weapons and have brains. Lin Han smiled and asked the bald soldier behind the lady if he didn't want to help him without a commission, and was kind and wanted to save. The beast was angry, and Lin Han asked the bald soldier now that all the monsters had been beaten, he came to massage Grandpa Lin's feet. The soldier told Lin Han that he dared to refuse their group of soldiers and now he would pay for it, and he had to think and agree with his friend. The boss stood nearby, and the bald soldier ordered Lin Han to give them all his treasures in a good way. Otherwise, the young man would definitely not leave there alive. Lin Han asked the mercenaries if they really decided to rob there and weren't afraid that the patrol team would find out and arrest them for violations. The lady asked Lin Han if he knew why the ruined areas were divided into safe and dangerous zones, and didn't want to know. The soldier listened to the boss, and she said, "Lin Han Chog. The dangerous areas there are deep inside the ruins, and the patrol will not come there, and that is a fact." The boss told Lin Han that even if he died there, the patrol would definitely think that it was the work of beasts and let him blame himself for meeting the boss. The boss asked Lin Han not to be afraid and his sister would serve him well and he wouldn't be in much pain, but screaming wouldn't save him and no one would hear him. And at that moment, suddenly the mercenaries asked the boss where the lady was and no one saw her, and the lady was standing next to Lin Han but disappeared in a second. And at that very moment, a beast appeared behind the mercenary boss, and she would not let them go because they threatened Lin Han and wanted to inflict injuries. The beast has grabbed the mercenary boss's hand tightly, and now she doesn't want to let them go and will show them what her master's beast is capable of. The beast tightly squeezed the hand of the other soldiers and she will throw and beat them and do whatever she wants because all such people do not deserve mercy. The beast threw the mercenaries from side to side, and they begged the lady to let them go, and they would change for the better and work miracles. The mercenary boss asked the soldiers who this lady was, and she was creepy and wouldn't let her go, and asked her mother to help him, and she really missed home. The beast threw many mercenaries in different directions, and they will not be able to attack them because they are afraid to approach her and feel all the power. The boss told the soldiers that this lady was not an ordinary one and ordered them to kill her quickly, but the soldiers felt sorry because they met such a beauty there. The bullets did not hurt the beast because she activated the skill Iron Bones, and her defense increased by 20%, and she is not afraid of anyone. The boss told the soldiers that this girl was very strong and she clearly underestimated her, and told the mercenaries that they should retreat from there. The mercenary boss wanted to get up but froze in shock and was horrified, and saw Lin Han's silhouette, and she thought that he was easy prey for them. Lin Han asked the mercenary boss if they really wanted to escape, but it was too late, and they had a chance, but they wanted to rob the guest. And at that moment, Lin Han struck the area with lightning, and the soldiers began to scream and beg for mercy, because they were the same people as each other. The soldier told the boss that this lady was just a monster, and he couldn't figure out why Lin Han never ran out of magic scrolls. The boss told the soldier that it seemed like this lady was only listening to the guy, but she saw that he was fighting with scrolls and they would run out soon. The soldier listened to the boss and she said that if they captured Lin Han, they would still have a chance to turn the tide and defeat the fierce enemy. The soldier told the boss that she was right, and without the magic scrolls the guy was weak and he would finish him off with his fists and they would beat him for a long time. Then Lin Han approached the soldier and the mercenary boss and asked them if his friends still thought they could strike at him. Lin Han told the mercenaries that their logic was praiseworthy, but the weakling's entire body was filled with the power of money, and how could friends defeat such a weakling? Lin Han ordered the mercenaries to hand over all their equipment, energy stones, and skill books, and then he would consider letting them go. Lin Han told the mercenaries that otherwise he would let them know that all fear comes from a lack of powerful strength and punish his friends. The boss of the mercenaries was in complete shock, and who was robbing whom there, and how they could consider themselves bandits after they themselves were robbed there. At this time, in the class change temple, the girl said that it seemed like the one who received the 5-star quest was called Lin Han, and she remembered. The girl said that Lin Han is cute, but he is unlucky, and he will be able to complete such a difficult task even in 15 days. And at that very second, the girl was in a stupor, because someone said good afternoon and entered the temple of class change, and she did not expect to hear a voice. It was Lin Han, and he told the lady that he had just completed all his assignment for changing classes and returned to hand it in early in the morning. The lady can't believe that the task is completed, and this task is clearly not something ordinary. And how can you complete the whole mission so quickly? The lady asked Lin Han if he wanted to know information about his mission and asked him to wait and she would give him the important documents. But Lin Han told the lady that she didn't understand him, and he had indeed already completed the task and returned to change classes and let him check. All the people in the class change temple were confused and couldn't understand how Lin Han could complete a 5-star quest in one day. The lady couldn't believe her ears and asked Lin Han if he was really not lying to her and had completed a task that would give others goosebumps. Lin Han agreed with the lady and he completed the task quite easily and wants to get a new one because he is not tired. And it is a pity that they do not believe each other. The lady asked Lin Han to wait a little and she would immediately reserve a room for him, and he must rest after difficult work. The lady said that room number 996 is currently free and the procedure is the same as when receiving the task. Lin Han said, "Thank you to the lady," and he will go there and they will not waste her time because she is working and she has many fighters coming. The lady wondered if Lin Han had completed the task in just a couple of hours, and if he was lying, and she was shocked if it was true, and he was cool. And then the system reported that the 5-star task was completed, and he really did cope with the impossible task in a couple of hours, and he was safe. The lady froze in place in surprise and realized that it was true. And Lin Han completed the mission in a couple of hours. And was he really that strong and cool? People don't know when such a strong fighter appeared in the organization, and no one before him completed their 5-star task in a couple of hours. The system congratulated the boy on completing the task of changing class and successfully achieving the second awakening, and he is an example for them. Lin Han felt the charm of the system, and he tried to achieve success and boldly goes to his goal, and no one will stop him because he is unique. The system told Lin Han that his second profession was a beast trainer, and he would be able to develop the skills of his beasts faster. Lin Han thought, could this really be the second profession, and it doesn't sound so bad? And he is happy that he and the beast defeated all the monsters there. Lin Han has reached the second awakening, and now he has many new and interesting skills, and he will become even stronger and he will gain experience. Lin Han unlocked professional innate skills, and he can fly 10 minutes copy skills and return ancient. Lin Han can choose one of the skills and he can merge with the beast or telepathy or wave of malice and find evil creatures in an instant. Lin Han is amazed. Is this a new skill after class change? And lightning wings and copying skills interest him, and he is so happy. Lin Han asked the system to let him evaluate the power of the new skills, and he will know what he is capable of and will become invincible with any of their enemies. And then Lin Han soared into the air and he can fly and he could dream about it in his fantasies, but now it is reality, and he is lucky with his strength. Flying is a skill learned through skill books, but he definitely has mastered flying already at the second awakening, and he is happy with the profession. Lin Han thought that as for copying skills, it means he can fight like an ant, and no one can defeat both of them. And that's cool. Lin Han fantasized, and although this skill is only for 5 minutes, at a critical moment it can decide the outcome of the battle, and the skill is useful. Lin Han noticed that the other reward for leveling up and merging sounds cool, and telepathy also improves all stats. But if we talk about the most useful thing, this skill can detect evil nearby, and it is like an automatic alarm, and it is a miracle. And if Lin Han had this skill earlier, he would have beaten up a group of mercenaries there long ago, and they would not have been able to escape, and he will take this into account and remember it. Lin Han chose the skill wave of malice, and it will detect the evil thoughts of all the people around him, and he will be able to take measures against it. Lin Han yawned, and he was a little tired from the task and wanted to go on vacation to the sea himself, and not think about business, and relax his nerves from business. But Lin Han received a new task so quickly, and this is normal, and after the second awakening he must find a second beast to fight. Lin Han received a task and must catch and tie up the beast, and the reward is 500 points. He will try the effect of returning to ancient blood. Lin Han thought that if he already had a lightning element beast, it would compensate for the shortcomings of his beast, and he wanted it. Lin Han decided that it was time to visit Manager Tian, and he wanted to get money and bargain with his uncle because he was so funny. Lin Han went outside and he wants to sell the loot, and at the same time buy some information from Manager Tian, and he will find everything to his friend. Later in the trading floor, Manager Tian was in complete shock, and he asked Lin Han if he really found the treasure, and he doesn't believe it, and he is in a dream. Lin Han told Manager Tian that he just met a group of very kind people who gave him a lot of treasures and they were angels. Manager Tian is amazed, and Lin Han said that he wants to sell it all, and could Uncle Tian help him value all the gold there? Manager Tian asked the ladies why they froze, and asked them to go to them quickly and evaluate all the treasure and calculate the price, and this is important. The ladies listened to Manager Tian's words and told the boss that they would soon appreciate all the gold, and Lin Han made their boss happy, and he is so happy. Lin Han thought that although that monster dropped a lot of treasures, they still couldn't compare to all the accumulations of the mercenary squad. Lin Han thought that it was good that the mercenaries themselves wanted to rob him. Otherwise, he would not have been able to earn so much, and fate rewarded him for everything. Manager Tian told Lin Han that the things he brought were worth 30 million coins, and the ladies carefully counted all the things. Manager Tian told Lin Han that he would immediately transfer the money to his card, and he was glad that chance brought them together and he found a friend. Lin Han said thanks to Manager Tian, and he is still looking for a beast with lightning elements, and there are recommendations from Uncle Tian upon request. Manager Tian thought about the lightning element, and he seems to know important information about the beast, but he has to remember it personally. Then, Manager Tian told Lin Han that he knew that he had information on the beast with lightning elements, and he would satisfy his friend. Manager Tian heard that a few days ago, A very high-quality thunderbird appeared in the thunder forest of Yuzhou City. And it is true. They say that the bird may have an ancient pedigree, and many have already wanted to catch the bird, but all failed, and it is not so simple. Lin Han was delighted. And could it be that Manager Tian was talking about a bird with ancient blood and the bird was just perfect for him? Manager Tian listened to his friend's words, and Lin Han asked his uncle if she had any more information, and he would not remain in debt today. Manager Tian told Lin Han that there was no more information, but he had acquired one thunderbird feather, and he had to evaluate this thing. The lady brought a box with a bird feather to Manager Tian, and she sees the boss's enthusiasm, and Lin Han was able to inspire him, and he is intrigued. Manager Tian told Lin Han that this feather glows when there is a thunderbird nearby, and he was lucky to get the feather. Manager Tian opened the box, and Lin Han was convinced that his uncle was not lying, and that he was absolutely right in everything, and that he would follow their instructions. Lin Han told Manager Tian that it was a good thing, and he would take it, and the feather would help him find the thunderbird, and he would tame it soon. Manager Tian told Lin Han that this is business, and buying and selling does not interfere with their friendship, and he should understand that he wishes his friend well. Manager Tian told Lin Han that if he really wanted it, he would give him the pen at a friendly price and would not charge much for the pen. And at that moment, Manager Tian asked for 1 million for the pen, and Lin Han realized that friends always betray friends and take everything. Lin Han knows that he could buy many scrolls for this money, but this is the only clue to finding the thunderbird, and Tian is a swindler. Lin Han told Manager Tian that he agreed and would pay 1 million for the feather, and hoped that the clue would lead him to the beast faster. Manager Tian said thank you to Lin Han for the purchase, and no one would give him such a discount, and he gave in to him because they were both friends. Lin Han decided that if this feather could help him find the thunderbird faster, then the 1 million was worth it, and he would not regret this purchase. Thunder Forest, the habitat of thunder leopards, is a good zone for pumping bronze and silver levels from 0 to 20. Lin Han remembered Manager Tian's words that he should approach the thunderbird within 10 meters, and the feather would start to glow. Lin Han just realized that 10 meters is too close, and Manager Tian can never be trusted and will deceive a close friend. Lin Han threw away the feather, and what a scam. And if he comes so close, he will see the thunderbird anyway, and Manager Tian is a swindler. But in any case, Lin Han pay 1 million for the feather, and it would be better to think about how to find the bird and cross the forest with the ant. It won't be difficult. Lin Han thought that one beast would be enough for him to be able to freely roam the silver zone and not be afraid of monsters, and she was strong. But if Lin Han takes another beast, can't he dominate the gold zone himself? And that's a great idea, and he will implement it. Ai's beast started to growl at its owner, and she doesn't like that Lin Han is missing one beast and why he decided to get another one there. Beast Ai was despondent, and she would express her opinion to Lin Han and would not put up with him wanting to have a beast and let him explain. Beast Ai began to beat Lin Han and said that he was a scoundrel, and that Ai was not enough for him, and that he wanted other trained beasts and disappointed the lady. Lin Han asked Ai not to be angry, and he doesn't want to replace her. He just thinks that with another beast they can become powerful warriors. And at that very moment, Lin Han and the beast Ai heard someone asking for help. And were there really other people in the Thunder Forest besides them? Some girl was running away from a monster and begging to save her, and she herself can't hide from the monster anywhere, and he is too agile and strong. The lady was being chased by a level 19 thunder leopard, and he doesn't want to let go of the prey. And in vain the lady came to the forest and hopes to leave. The lady's name was Sunny Wei, and she was level 10 and a master ranger by profession, and she realized that the monster would soon catch up with her, and he was dangerous. And at that moment, Sunny Wei tripped on a branch that was sticking out of the grass, and she did not notice the branch because she was looking at the distance to the beast. Sunny Wei fell to the ground, and it's very bad, and she can't get up and she needs time, but the monster is very close, and how to escape from the savage. The thunder leopard growled at Sunny Wei, and he was sure that now she would not run away from him. And he was tired of the hunters, and they would regret everything. Sunny Wei listened to the leopard's roar. His claws were sharp, and he didn't want to leave her alone, and she had to watch her step while running. Sunny Wei realized that now it was definitely the end, and no one would save her. And she regretted that she couldn't say goodbye to her family and friends then. But Sunny Wei opened her eyes, and was she still alive? And what was that sound? And it seemed like someone came to her aid when she had no hope. Lin Han copied the skills and dealt a fierce blow to the beast Eye there on the leopard, and he just wanted to test the new skills, and this is their chance. Sunny Wei stood nearby and noticed that Lin Han had injured the leopard, and she thought that it took a lot of effort, but the guy was so strong. Su Nianwei froze in bewilderment and what was going on there, and maybe she was dreaming about him, and the leopard finished her off and she went to heaven. And it was strange. Lin Han approached Su Nianwei and asked if she was okay and if he would help her if she was injured in the fight with the dangerous beast. Su Nianwei told Lin Han that she was fine and how he was able to push back the thunder leopard with one blow. And who was that stranger? Su Nianwei told Lin Han that the thunder leopard was not that easy to deal with, and they should run faster while there was still a chance. Lin Han asked Su Nianwei if she was talking about the big and aggressive cat that he threw aside while playing with it. Lin Han asked Su Nianwei not to worry, and that someone there would definitely deal with the leopard and the monster would not be able to harm them, and he knew. And at that moment, the beast Eye appeared in front of the leopard and she quickly defeated the monster and protected Lin Han and the stranger. Because he asked, Aya's beast bit the leopard and she won't let him go because the owner is 100% confident in her and tells others that she will defeat everyone herself. Aya's beast grabbed the leopard by the paw and began to twist his body, and she knows that it hurts him. And in vain the monster thinks that he will harm her in the fight. Aya's beast continued to fight with the leopard, and there was chaos around, and they both dealt powerful blows, and the beast will protect the owner from troubles everywhere. Lin Han thought that Aya's beast had grown in size in this form, and she looked more like a ferocious beast, and he was even afraid to approach her. Su Nianwei asked Lin Han if there was another fierce and strong beast, and they were fighting to the death, and the other monster was also strong. Lin Han stretched out his hand and asked Su Nianwei if she was injured, and asked her not to remain silent and answer his questions because he was worried. Lin Han asked Su Nianwei if she could stand up, and then they would continue on their way, and it was not for nothing that he came to the Thunder Forest today. But suddenly, Su Nianwei grabbed Lin Han's hand and said that the ant had suppressed the leopard, and the beast was already at least level 20. Su Nianwei started running in the other direction with Lin Han, and they both had to hide before the ant noticed them, or else the beast would harm them. But at this moment, the beast Ai threw the leopard towards Su Nianwei, and she hears everything, and she has one goal, and she is obliged to protect Lin Han there. Beast Ai thought how a stranger dares to kidnap her master, and he is always under her protection, and she will punish the lady for this act, and she is angry. Su Nianwei told Lin Han that things were bad, and the beast had noticed them and would not let them go. And how could they deal with such a strong monster now? Lin Han stood next to Su Nianwei and told Beast Ai that she was his heroine and had done a great job, and he adored her for all of this. Lin Han patted the Beast Ai's head and said that she would definitely receive a reward at home. And Su Nianwei was shocked by his behavior. Su Nianwei can't believe her eyes and what's going on, and why is Lin Han petting the monster? And the beast doesn't attack him, and this is absurd and nonsense. Ai's beast began to transform back into a small ant, and her master Lin Han told Su Nianwei that he would introduce himself to her there. The guy told Su Nianwei that his name was Lin Han, and his profession was a beast tamer, and this was his pet Ai, and she had nothing to fear from either of them. Su Nianwei told Lin Han that he was the same beast tamer from the neighboring city that everyone whispers about and there are legends about. Lin Han listened to Su Nianwei's words and asked her not to exaggerate, and that he was not so popular that he would be recognized in neighboring cities. Su Nianwei asked Lin Han, "Isn't it said that a beast tamer relies on ferocious beasts? But why is he himself so strong?" Beast Ai was angry, and Su Nianwei asked Lin Han what kind of ant it was, and it was able to bite the thunder leopard, and it has power. And at the same moment, the beast Ai hit Su Nianwei's face with her head, and she doesn't like how she behaves and asks a lot of questions to the owner. Lin Han asked the beast Ai not to get angry and Su Nianwei not to do anything to them, and she just wanted to know the answers to her questions, and that's all. Su Nianwei is at a loss, and Ai's beast does not want her to approach Lin Han, and she will not let the girl approach the owner and will protect him again. Lin Han told Su Nianwei that he saw that she was not that strong and wanted to ask why she came to such a dangerous place alone. The lady said her name was Su Nianwei, and she came to complete the second awakening quest. But she pulled out a 4-star quest. Lin Han told Su Nianwei that he heard that there was a thunderbird in the forest, and he came for it but couldn't find it. Su Nianwei told Lin Han that her class is a master of surveillance and she will help him find the ferocious beast, and this is her gratitude to her friend. Lin Han knows the masters of surveillance and the combat skills of this class are weak, but the tracking is at a high level, and this will be useful to him there. Lin Han told Su Nianwei that then his task depends on her, and he hopes that she will not let him down, because the Thunderbird is so important. Su Nianwei told Lin Han that no problem, and it was her business, and she would soon find the bird's trail, and her friend could rest assured of her skills. But Sunny Wei said that her skills were limited, and if they had an item from the Thunderbird, she would have already determined the direction. Lin Han told Sunny Wei that he had one feather of a bird, and she could see if it was suitable for them to find the Thunderbird. Sunny Wei told Lin Han that she remembered the Thunderbird feather, and it was worth a fortune on the black market, and how he got the feather. Sunny Wei said that it is not difficult to determine the location of the bird, but when it uses the skill, the feather may be damaged and cannot be sold. Lin Han asked Sunny Wei not to worry, and for him it was junk, and it wouldn't matter if the pen got damaged and he still wouldn't sell it. Sunny Wei has started using the tracking skill, Search by Footprint, and soon she will guarantee to help Lin Han find the beast. And after a couple of seconds, Sunny Wei opened her eyes and now nothing can stop her, and she successfully applied the beast search skill and is happy with everyone. Sunny Wei told Lin Han that she found a bird and just asked her to follow this light and they will find a Thunderbird. And this is an intrigue. Lin Han was very happy and told Sunny Wei that they needed to hurry, and he wanted to quickly catch the Thunderbird and complete this task. Lin Han and Sunny Wei continued to walk through the world and believed that the beast had not disappeared so far, and they would not search for it all day in the forest. But then Lin Han asked Sunny Wei to wait, and there were fierce beasts ahead, and there were many of them, and it could be very dangerous and let him not go. Sunny Wei asked Lin Han, what to do then? And she can't defeat the fierce beasts, and she has other skills and she is afraid. Sunny Wei clung to Lin Han and asked if they could bypass the fierce beasts and not have to fight them and avoid all the troubles. Beast Ai was furious with Sunny Wei's behavior and how annoying she was, and why the owner was dragging her around with him, and he needed to quickly drive this lady away. Lin Han told Sunny Wei that there is no need to bypass anyone, and Ai's beast will cope with the monsters, and this is training for her, and she is happy to fight. Lin Han received 650 points from the system and thought, are the monsters really that powerful and Ai's beast defeated everyone so easily? Lin Han realized that it was not for nothing that Ai's beast could easily and simply defeat everyone. But why did it seem to him that Ai was very angry today and she was screaming? Beast Ai thought that she had dealt with everything, and that the owner Lin Han would be extremely pleased because she had crushed all the fierce monsters. Sunny Wei was surprised and asked if all the monsters were really defeated by an ant. And Lin said that all such monsters were easy to defeat. Lin Han realized that he had finally reached level 11, and everything felt just great, and he had been waiting for this moment for a long time, and I was the best. But at this moment, the beast Ai pushed Sunny Wei into the bushes and hugged Lin Han, and there is no need to cling to other people's masters and let him have a conscience. Lin Han told the beast Ai that she was playing around again and asked her to return to her previous form now, and she agreed with the owner and she would return. Sunny Wei was terrified and asked Lin Han what happened, and they were attacked by a ferocious beast that they did not notice, and it was so scary. Sunny Wei turned around and noticed that next to Lin Han was his beast Ai, and she would not harm them according to the guy, and he believed his friends. Sunny Wei told Lin Han that it was an ant that scared her, and she thought that they were attacked by a ferocious monster, but she was so wrong. Lin Han asked the beast Ai to return to its normal size so that it would be more convenient to move and he would carry her on his shoulder there. Beast Ai agrees with Lin Han, and in a reduced size, she also won't waste energy because they still have to find the bird in the forest. Beast Ai looked menacingly at Sunny Wei, and she felt like the ant was aiming at her. It was her imagination and she hit her so hard. Beast Ai thought, how dare Sunny Wei flirt with Lin Han and let him go to her, and she promises that she will not kill her, just cripple her a little. Beast Ai continued to glare at Sunny Wei and why Lin Han was so attached to her, and could they both find a bird without a lady? But Sunny Wei was delighted, and it was definitely her imagination, and such a cute ant. And what evil intentions could she have? And this is nonsense. Sunny Wei asked the beast Ai to let her sister pet her, and she won't hurt her, and she's very cute, and her sister can't take her eyes off her there. Beast Ai thought that Sunny Wei was so annoying and she wanted to slap her. But she was afraid that the lady would not be able to withstand it and would die from the blow. Lin Han asked Sunny Wei to stop, and if she did this a little longer, Ai's beast would get angry, and she might accidentally bite her finger if she was angry. Lin Han said that there were still many fierce beasts ahead and asked the beast Ai to clear the way for them first, and he and Sunny Wei went there. The beast Ai continued to fight the monsters, and Lin Han increased his level to 15 during this time, and the beast helped him with this. Lin Han was delighted and felt a sense of pumping and thanks to Aya for defeating so many monsters without problems, and he is so strong. Lin Han glanced at the system, and in such a short time he had risen to level 15, and soon he needed to take the quest for level 3. Lin Han noticed that the beast Ai was sleeping on his shoulder, and she was also so tired but this journey, and he would give her a rest when they returned from the mission. Sunny Wei told Lin Han that Ai's beast was more than tired, and she had been fighting the formidable monsters of the forest non-stop and was powerful. Sunny Wei told Lin Han that the entire Thunder Forest had almost been cleared by him and the beast Ai, and how the two could defeat so many she did not understand. Sunny Wei said that now they don't need to avoid the fierce beast there and can reach the Thunderbird as quickly as possible. Lin Han listened to her, and Sunny Wei said that she felt that the bird was in that direction and they needed to hurry and not miss it. But the beast Ai became wary and wanted to say something to the owner, and Lin Han asked Ai if there was something ahead, and she warned. Lin Han thought that Ai was still an ancient beast. Was there really something ahead that even the beast Ai was very afraid of? And what kind of monster was hiding? Lin Han went in that direction, and isn't it a Thunderbird and is it level 13? And Lin Han was able to find it together with Nian. Lin Han realized that the bird was level 13, and if they could make a contract with it today, they would make a lot of money, and he was so happy there. But at that very moment, the bird noticed Lin Han and Sunny Wei, and she does not want to come into contact with people and must take care of her health. Lin Han said that things were bad, and the Thunderbird had flown away and they would not be able to catch it and make a contract, and she saw them as a threat. Sunny Wei told Lin Han that their classes do not allow them to fly, and they definitely cannot catch the bird. And why did it fly away since they are not enemies? Lin Han listened to her, and Sunny Wei told her friend that after so much effort, it was so easy to lose the bird and she felt hurt and asked for forgiveness. Lin Han smiled and asked Sunny Wei, who said that he can't fly, and now he will test his new skill, and this is intrigue. And at this moment, Lin Han activated the wings of lightning and flew up to the sky. And he will catch up with the bird, and it will not be able to hide from him, and he is strong. Sunny Wei looked at Lin Han and did not understand how he flew up, because the beast tamer does not have such skills, but Lin is not an ordinary guy. Lin Han caught up with the bird and thought that now he would explain to her the important aspects of why they came to the forest and wanted to see the bird in person there. The Thunderbird stood in front of Lin Han and did not understand how a person could fly like that, and he was a professional and had developed incredible skills, and it was cool. Lin Han told the Thunderbird that he would explain everything to her, and there was no need to attack him because he was not an enemy and would not hurt her, and he was not lying to her. Lin Han asked the Thunderbird if she wanted to become a companion beast, and he would provide her with food and shelter and give her everything she asked for. Thunderbird was shocked by Lin Han's proposal, and it seemed he went through all the trouble to ask her to become a companion. And at that moment, the bird flew away in the other direction, and she doesn't want to discuss anything with Lin Han and let him leave her alone and leave the forest. Lin Han was dejected, and he did not expect such a strong reaction from the Thunderbird, and he could give her everything, but negotiating with her was terrible. Lin Han realized that this beast is quite interesting, and he wants to play with her there and let Sunny Wei wait for him there, and his friend will return. Sunny Wei told Lin Han that she would wait for him there, and where could she go in the forest? And she herself would not be able to get out without the help of Lin's friend. Lin Han asked the Thunderbird if she wanted to be his beast, and with him, she would definitely not be lost, and he would give her unique skills and abilities. Lin Han wanted to grab the Thunderbird, but it cleverly escaped him and did not want to be disturbed, and it gave the guy a clear answer. Lin Han noticed that the bird had run away again, and how to find a common language with it, and it doesn't even want to listen to him, and always runs away, and this is a disaster. Thunderbird is in a fighting stance and will fight if it can't escape, and the intruder doesn't run away, and it has the skills to fight. Lin Han stood close to the bird, and he didn't want to fight with it, but he couldn't convince it that he wasn't an enemy, and it's a pity it doesn't understand their language. Lin Han realized that the bird, realizing that it could not escape, was ready to fight him to the end, and she had no shortage of courage and was brave. Lin Han decided that he would then force the bird to submit to him through combat and show his full potential, and then the beast would understand who Lin was. Lin Han copied Aya's beast skill and had already dealt a fierce blow to the bird, and it itself did not want to resolve the issue peacefully, and it was not his fault. And after a couple of minutes, Lin Han finally made a contract with the bird, and he will be able to improve its skills and it will become even stronger than it is now. But Lin Han realized that the bird's characteristics for the 13th level were weak and could not be compared with Ai's beast. But this was not the limit of the skill. Lin Han almost forgot, and he has a system, and pumping his beast at any time is not a problem. And why is he so worried then? The system has accepted Lin Han's request, and the return to the ancient blood has already been successful, and the entrance to the second form of the Thunder Emperor is now. The system informed Lin Han that the bird was a thunder goddess and one of the 10 ancient beasts, and it was already emitting chaotic lightning for a kilometer. Lin Han understands that this is a real beast, and the bird got 5 levels there at once, and the thunderstorm skill is a terrible weapon in battles. The new beast began to go to Lin Han. Then she must learn important information about the owner, and the owner is ready to take care of her and feed her. The beast bowed and said, "Good evening to the master Lin Han, and she is glad that they are together now, and she will help him improve all his skills." Lin Han was amazed by the beauty of the bird, and it is a true ferocious beast, and even more ferocious than Ai's beast, and the bird has great potential. Beast Ai listened to Lin Han's words and was angry that he did not value her so much, and she would show all her power and was clearly no worse than a stupid bird. And at that very moment, Aya's beast changed its appearance, and she looked intently at the bird and wanted to tell her a few kind words to get to know her. Aya's beast asked where the stinking bird came from and let it not dare to take away Aya's owner, and she will not allow the guy to be seduced. The bird told the beast Ai that she was one small ant, and how dare she take Lin Han for herself, and she would swallow her with one beak. Lin Han asked the animals to stop fighting, and they are one family, and quarrels will weaken their will and atmosphere, and wants to calm them down. Beast Ai listened to him, and Lin Han said that she was the first to take human form, and as an older sister she should give in a little. The bird asked Lin Han if he could give her a name, and then it would be much easier to call the lady, and she is a thunder beast and also a bird. Lin Han heard a poem about the birth of lightning, and it was called The Drum of Heaven and Earth, and he remembered the poem well, and he loves the text. Lin Han told the bird that then its name would be Tianhu, and it would be easier to address it that way, and he hoped that Tianhu would become friends with the beast Ai. Tianhu told Lin Han that she liked this name, and Tianhu would thank the owner for taming her and promised to give her everything in return. Lin Han thought that Tianhu was cute and gentle, but she had a wild technique like a thunderstorm, and it would be cool to test her strength in action. Lin Han remembered that this was just the chance to show what Tianhu was capable of, and he liked her unusual skills, and she was strong. Sunny Wei at this time was still sitting in place, and where is Lin Han and when will he return, because he asked her not to go anywhere and she is waiting for them. After some time, Sunny Wei and Lin Han came to the barbarian camp, and Su helped him a lot, and now he wants to repay her in kind now. Sunny Wei asked Lin Han if he really wanted to help her complete a 4-star quest now, and if her goal was difficult. Lin Han listened to her, and Sunny Wei said that her goal was to hunt their leader, and it was too dangerous and maybe her friend shouldn't take the risk. Lin Han told Sunny Wei that she helped him find the bird and he would help complete the task and fairly, and look at Tianhu's strength. Lin Han told Tianhu to show what she can do, and they will now make Sunny Wei happy, and they will show how to punish the barbarian leader. Tianhu continued to fly, and she will soon complete Lin Han's task and show a masterclass, and she is no longer inferior to Aya in strength and skills. Tianhu stood in front of the barbarian village, and she wants to quickly hit the gang's weak point, and the skill will allow her to point out the attack zone. Tianhu attacks the barbarians with a thunderstorm hail, and she wonders how they will defend themselves against her skill, and whether they will be able to escape from there in a minute. Tianhu cast a spell, and a storm hit the village, and Lin Han has no doubts about Tianhu's abilities, and he looked for her everywhere. The barbarians of the 7th, 8th, and 9th levels looked at the clouds and did not understand what was happening. And this was mysticism, and these clouds were moving towards them. Lin Han realized that the level of monsters there was too low, and one blow from Tianhu and the battle would be over, and there would be no fun for others. Sunny Wei stood nearby, and Lin Han realized that all he could do was kneel down and beg the barbarians not to die and fight back the beast. Lin Han asked Tianhu to act as she wants and just not kill the barbarian leader, and he knows that she is capable of defeating them all in an instant. Sunny Wei thought that there was so much lightning in the sky and she couldn't see where Tianhu was, and it seemed like she had incredible strength, and it was cool. Tianhu told Lin Han that she was ready and would deal a powerful blow to the barbarian village but would not beat the leader, and he would not regret it. Tianhu went down, and Sunny Wei was lucky that Lin Han wanted to help her, and with the help of his beasts, he would immediately defeat any enemies. Tianhu fell to the ground at full speed, and all the barbarians were injured, and they didn't think that someone could attack them from the cloud. One of the barbarians aimed an arrow at Tianhu, and he would hit the target, and their enemy would be defeated, and no one has ever been able to dodge the fighter's arrows. But at that moment, Tianhu appeared next to the barbarian and grabbed him by the throat. And did he really want to hit her with an arrow? But she has a reaction. Tianhu struck the barbarian with lightning, and no one will harm her. And let them not try. And she is on another level thanks to her master Lin Han. Sunny Wei told Lin Han that the Thunderbird was attacking, and she quickly gained new skills. And it seems that Lin Han helped her by teaching her. Lin Han listened to her, and Sunny Wei said that there were so many enemies, and maybe they would go and help Tianhu, and it was unknown whether he would be able to defeat. And at that moment, Sunny Wei was in complete shock, and a barbarian fell to the ground next to her, and she realized that she was wrong and Tianhu was very strong. Sunny Wei asked if it was the barbarian chief, and Tianhu managed to grab him in a couple of minutes, and Lin Han said that it was a cool job. Lin Han told Sunny Wei that she had to finish off the leader and her task would be completed and she would receive a reward, and she deserved it. Sunny Wei told Lin Han that she understood him and took the knife, and she will not disappoint Lin Han because Tianhu tried hard for her and took risks. Sunny Wei sent the barbarian chieftain to the afterlife, and the task is now complete. And Lin Han has completed 99% of the task. Sunny Wei said, "Thank you very much to Lin Han, and without him she definitely wouldn't have managed. And he has talent, and her friend will become a great fighter." Sunny Wei told Lin Han that she lives nearby and all her work is done, and she wants to show him the city of Yuzhou, and it is beautiful there. But Lin Han told Sunny Wei that she also helped with the bird. And they were even and hoped that fate would bring them together again and wished the lady good luck. Sunny Wei will remember Lin Han for the rest of her life and hopes that they will meet again, and she does not want to lose such a reliable friend. Lin Han himself realized that in half a day, taming a second fierce beast was simply incredible luck, and the ladies were helping to defeat the enemy. Lin Han stood next to the beasts, and now he needs to properly plan the further development of the beast's skills and himself. And then someone started calling Lin Han, and he was surprised because he doesn't communicate with anyone, and he has so few acquaintances who call him at night. Lin Han saw that Long Tianjiao was calling him, and why was he calling at such a late hour? And was there something urgent that he needed to answer him? Lin Han asked Long Tianjiao why he was calling him. And if a friend invites him to dinner, he already goes out and the fat man treats him to a restaurant. Long Tianjiao told Lin Han that he only had food on his mind and he didn't invite him to dinner, and he had an important matter for his friend, and that was true. Long Tianjiao asked Lin Han if his friend had heard of the illusory reality, and he wanted to tell him some important information, and this is an intrigue. In the illusory reality, many fighters fight with monsters and they want to improve their result and go there. They need courage. The illusory reality is a virtual space created by the Imperial Army, and Long Tianjiao learned important data and will say, illusory reality can now not only simulate different battle scenes but also generate different ferocious beasts for battles. And although you can't gain experience in the illusory reality, this reality is ideal for training techniques and skills like these. Long Tianjiao told Lin Han that so many people wanted a slot in the simulator and he got a pass through his father for his friend Lin Han. Lin Han knows that Tianhu and Aya clearly have excellent individual skills, but teamwork is difficult, so let them practice. Lin Han imagined in his imagination how the beast Aya said that he and Tianhu should serve the master 100% and love friends. Tianhu tells Aya's sister that they guarantee to please Lin Han, and he tries so hard for them, and Lin is the best master in the world. Lin Han thought that if Tianhu and Aya learned to fight together, they would be unmatched and would defeat any enemy with just one blow. Long Tianjiao told Lin Han that he sent him the address and Lin bothered him again, and Long did so much for him and he appreciates the care. Long Tianjiao told Lin Han that he were like brothers, and that he should not forget about brotherhood when his friend became rich and successful fighter. The next morning, Lin Han woke up at 8 in the morning and he had a lot of things to do today, and he should already be out for the third awakening. Beast Ayi lay next to Lin Han and said good morning and how he slept at night, and hoped that he had gained strength and energy and was ready to fight. Lin Han thought that this morning there had already been such a provocation and he hadn't even come to his senses yet, and next to him lay a beauty. And how could they get used to it? Lin Han turned around and on the other side, Tianhu was lying and stroking the owner, and he said that he was going to choke now, and this was his sweet torment. Ayi told the stinky bird that Lin Han couldn't breathe because of her antics, and Tianhu told Ayi that she was small, and to hug Ayi. Ayi and Tianhu were fighting, and Ayi asked the bird who was small, and Lin himself said that she was the older sister and much smarter than the stupid bird now. Lin Han listened to them in dejection, and Tianhu told Aya that she clearly did not understand simple words, which means that Aya has a small brain and mind. Lin Han thought that both of them were adult beauties on the outside, but inside they were children, and that it was necessary to urgently send the animals to train teamwork in battles. Lin Han came to the center of the illusory reality, and the administrator asked Lin Han to enter the capsule and enter the illusory country. The administrator told Lin Han that she could choose a dungeon of a suitable level, and if she broke the record, she would receive a reward from the center. Lin Han thought about the reward from the military and hoped that people would definitely not skimp on the reward and would please Uncle Lin Han for all his efforts. Lin Han entered the capsule, and the administrator wished them a pleasant dive and hoped that he would defeat all the monsters and believed in the guest. The system reported that a user named Lin Han was found, and he is at level 15, and his profession is beast tamer, and he is good. Lin Han told Ai and Tianhu that they were coming in, and they had to be 100% prepared and they would fight the strong enemies in the area. Beast Ai agreed with the Master Lin Han, and she is ready, and will show all her power against the enemies, and Lin can rely on her there. Tianhu also agrees with Lin Han, and if he wants to test his strength and skills, they will support him, and together no one will dare to interfere with them. The system informed Lin Han that he had successfully selected the silver dungeon there and began loading the dungeon, and good luck to him in battle. After a couple of minutes, the system finished loading the dungeon, and she wishes them pleasant adventures, and he will be pleased with the world of battles. Lin Han entered the illusory battle arena, and now no one will interfere with them training teamwork, and he will teach Tianhu and Ai there. Lin Han saw the storm wolves in the arena, and the first thing they had to do was defeat them, and then they would get another opponent, and that was fine. Lin Han said that these were their old friends, and Ai remembered how the storm wolves wanted to defeat them, but the two of them easily exterminated them. Beast Ai told the stinking bird that she would show who is more suitable to be next to Lin Han and protect him from enemies, and this is a masterclass. Aya's beast remembered the wolves, and she trained her skills on them then, and they couldn't defeat her, and called the boss to punish her. Aya's beast is not afraid of storm wolves, and she will not fight there at maximum, and it is not worth it, because they are weak, and the owner is happy. Beast Ai gestured to Tianhu that she didn't care about her, and she shouldn't hope that she was stronger than her, and the owner, Lin Han himself, knew this. From behind, Tianhu was about to be attacked by level 15 wolves, and the bird did not expect their attack, and they would catch her by surprise while the lady was distracted. Tianhu asked Aya if this little thing was a reason to brag, and Aya was such a naive child, and she would show her sister the masterclass herself. Tianhu told Ai that it wouldn't be difficult for her to show her skills in action, and that level 15 wolves were perfect for attacking. Tianhu defeated the formidable wolves in a split second and told Ai that this is power and can be learned, and she will show her a couple of techniques for attacking her. Lin Han told Tianhu and Ai that they were one family and should love and support each other and not compete to see who was stronger. Ai told Lin Han that she doesn't want to love that stinking bird, and Tianhu said that she and Ai are different species and she doesn't love that fool either. The wolf wanted to attack Lin Han from behind, but he told his ladies that they both had character and someone had to give in, or else there would be trouble. But Lin Han dealt with the wolf with one blow and asked if he had decided to mock him too, and why they all irritated the boss so much. Beast Ai was very worried and asked Lin Han if he was injured because a huge monster had attacked him, and they would help him. Tianhu asked Lin Han for forgiveness, and it was her fault, and she couldn't protect the master and was busy with the conflict with her sister, and she was ashamed. The ladies said that it was their fault, and they forgot about protecting the master, and from that moment on they should take the battle seriously and protect him. And then wolves of the 20th level appeared in front of them and surrounded them from all sides, and now the violators will not be able to escape from them anywhere. The system warned Lin Han about the third wave of beasts, and they all must be ready to fight, or else they will be defeated due to disputes. The system said that the device does not cause harm, but the sensation of pain is transmitted in full, and it is recommended to stop all battles. Lin Han is afraid that many rare professions will not cope with these tasks, but this suits him, and he will defeat any monster. The beast was already running towards Lin Han at high speed, and the biggest weakness of a beast tamer is the lack of combat power, and these are the facts. Lin Han pressed his fist, and there is another reason why he came to the illusory reality, and he is confident in himself and will not retreat from the enemies. And at that very moment, Lin Han hit the wolf in the face, and he came to make up for this deficiency and pump up his combat power in battle. The wolf flew back a couple of meters and Lin Han managed to hit him, and he realized that the most important thing is to believe in his strength, and he is able to fight. Beast Ai and Tian Hu were in love with Lin Han and told the owner that he was incredible and they were lucky to have such a cool fighter guarding them. Lin Han realized that this was not bad, and it was not in vain that he had already invested all his stat points into strength, and he fought back against a level 20 beast in battle. The Storm Wolves began to call their friends, and together they are able to defeat all the violators at once, and they do not have enough wolves to attack the enemies. Lin Han asked the Beast Ai to activate Berserk mode, and is confident that the real battle is just beginning and the three of them will punish everyone. Lin Han ordered Tian Hu to turn on the acceleration, and none of the enemies will be able to reach her because she is faster than the Storm Wolves and others. Beast Ai said that although she does not want to fight side by side with Tian Hu, this is the master's order, and she cannot argue with him, and this is the law. Tian Hu told Ai that she also didn't want to be a burden to the master, and if Lin Han wanted them to fight together, Tian Hu didn't mind. Lin Han now wants to see if the wolves can match Ai in strength, and Tian Hu in speed. And this is a test for his beasts personally. Tian Hu fought with the wolves and said that they are all weaklings and no one will put pressure on her. But for their efforts, she wants to express her respect. Aya's beast told the wolves to just accept their death, and then she won't beat them for long, and in battle strategy and tactics are important, and that's the main thing. At this time, Fong Yun and his friends were standing in the center of the tests of the illusory world, and they were proud of how their brother had passed the difficult missions. A friend said that Fong Yun's brother's giant sword shook, and all the beasts fell, and it was magnificent, and he would never forget such a sight. Friend said that it was a pity that classmate Shu Ting didn't see this, and she would have definitely fallen in love with their brother because Fong Yun is incomparable. Fong Yun asked Shu Ting if next time she could invite him to her team, and he would be happy to join, and they would become friends. Shu Ting apologized to Fong Yun, but she prefers to fight alone and she doesn't need help from her friends, and he doesn't have to help her. Fong Yun realized that this unapproachable flower is really cold, and he wants to pick it, and no one can resist its strength and beauty. All the people were in complete shock. And what's wrong with the numbers in this room and this speed will break all records, and who is fighting monsters now? The system reported that participant Lin Han is in the final stage, and he passed in 8 minutes 59 seconds, and this is definitely a record. Fong Yun read the system message and can't believe that he hears the name Lin Han again, and he wants to finish off the scoundrel, and he's annoying. People asked how it is possible to pass the final stage in 9 minutes, and the guy has potential, and he will soon break all the records of the organization. People asked who this Lin Han was, and whether he was a disciple who was secretly trained by a large family, and an ordinary person could not do such a thing. Zhu Ting was surprised, and she knows Lin Han. And is this really the guy from their school, and his profession is a beast tamer? But why is he strong? Fong Yun asked how Lin Han found a place in the illusory world, and maybe it was just a coincidence of names and he doesn't believe that a poor man is cool. And then the system reported that the silver level dungeon record had been updated and the new record was 9 minutes 8 seconds, and incredibly, people couldn't believe their eyes, and the guy walked the whole way in 9 minutes and 8 seconds, and they want to see this unique guy there. Zhu Ting doesn't believe that Lin Han actually broke the record, and she still didn't know that he was so strong, and he was able to surprise and amaze her. At this time, Lin Han with Ai and Tian Hu quickly dealt with all the enemies, and Lin always had such faith in the potential and development of his beasts. Lin Han is glad that it's over, and he got the Voodoo thorn reward to grow thorny vines from the ground in a radius of 100 meters. And it's cool. Lin Han received the skill book reward. And this illusory world is interesting. Next time, he will go to the gold level dungeon. Lin Han came out of the capsule, and thanks to Long Tianzhao for getting him a pass and advising him to train, and it was awesome. Lin Han left the room, and now his beasts Ai and Tian Hu have definitely learned to work as a team, and their friendship and cohesion makes him happy. Lin Han walked out into the corridor and noticed people discussing that he had broken the record and whether anyone knew Lin Han and the newbie were just crazy. Lin Han began to silently leave the building and did not understand why they told his name this time and whether there was no personal life, and this was annoying. Shu Ting saw Lin Han and said that she was absolutely right, and this was a guy from their school, and he showed an incredible result, and he was a genius. Fong Yun got angry and said that again this Lin Han and he stole the glory from him, and how can he get rid of the guy, and Lin is like a parasite. At the army headquarters in the control center of the illusory world, all the soldiers were continuously monitoring the anomalies, and they must report to the head. The soldier told the commander that an anomaly was recorded in the illusory world, and one beast tamer updated the record and people were shocked. The time of passage is too incredible, and even third-level professionals could not achieve such a speed. But there are many who want to. The commander realized that if his beasts are very strong, in order to reach such a level in the second stage, the guy is a genius. He will attract him to the army. The commander asked his soldiers to investigate Lin Han, and by tomorrow morning he wants to get all the information about Lin Han. And this is important. The soldier agreed with the commander and learned all the important information about Lin Han, and such geniuses cannot be missed, and they are needed in the army. The next morning in class, Long Tianzhao said that the Wolf King bowed at Lin Han's feet, and he got scared and hit his forehead 100 times. The student listened to Long Tianzhao's stories, and she was impressed, and Lin Han was cool, and how he tamed the Wolf King was epic, and she was a fan. But at the same moment, Fong Yun kicked the door in the classroom and wants to solve all the nuances in the morning, and he is nervous and legends about Lin Han are being told everywhere. Fong Yun told Lin Han to come out immediately, and he wants to ask him something and resolve the issue, and he is tired of always humiliating himself with him. Long Tianzhao asked Fong Yun why he came, and wasn't afraid that his friend Lin Han would beat his face and he would beg for mercy from Lin. Fong Yun told Long Tianzhao to be quiet and call Lin Han, and he wants to discuss the details once and for all and show the true level of the idiot. Fong Yun knows that yesterday Lin Han definitely broke the record by accident, and he also moved to the second stage. But Lin Han took away all his glory. Long Tianzhao ordered Fong Yun to leave, and Lin Han recently went to the Shadow Mountain to swing and prepare for the third stage. And he is a genius. Fong Yun listened to the fat man's words, and Long Tianzhao said that Lin Han had no time for their squabbles, and that he definitely had his own serious and important matters to attend to. Fong Yun's friends were discussing whether Lin Han would soon reach the third stage, and his leveling speed was incredible, and he was jealous. Fong Yun's friends said maybe Lin Han broke the record not just in dribbling, and he trained hard and showed the result, and he is a genius. Fong Yun asked his friends if they all believed in Long Tian's words, and if they had brains, and you can't trust other people's words and they always lie. Long Tianzhao told Fong Yun that people like him who reach the second stage not by force but by family money would not understand their friend. Fong Yun was angry, and Long Tianzhao said that they would rather wait until Lin Han returned with the third stage and Fong Yun would be at his feet. Fong Yun pointed his finger and told Long Tianzhao that he would soon regret all the words he had said, and he would show all his might and fury and take revenge. Fong Yun was angry and decided that when Lin Han returned, he would immediately crush him and Long Tianzhao and prove to the class that he was the strongest student. At this time, the battle was in full swing on the Shadow Mountain, and the beasts Tianhu and Ai Yi were fighting the monsters under Lin Han's command and improving their strength. Lin Han noticed that the monsters were already afraid of his beasts, and Tianhu and Ai were able to impose their fight and no one even injured them, and he was happy. Lin Han understood, and judging by the speed of Ai Yi and Tianhu, his third level would be reached in the blink of an eye, and he was lucky that he tamed the ladies. Beast Ai Yi hugged Lin Han and said that she had killed more beasts than Tianhu, and that she was indeed a good girl and lived up to his expectations. Tianhu told Lin Han that he just counted and she killed 2 more monsters than Aya's sister, and he said that she is also smart. Ai Yi yelled at Tianhu, and she recounted several times, and there can't be a mistake. And the stupid bird probably exaggerated, and she's lying to everyone. Tianhu asked Sister Aya if she was sure that she could count with her brain, and she could teach and show a masterclass if she wanted. Lin Han stood between them and asked Ai Yi and Tianhu to stop yelling at each other, and he would guarantee that they were both equally good. Lin Han realized that Ai Yi and Tianhu had become stronger, and the ferocious beasts from the Silver Zone were no threat to them and were not suitable for warming up. Lin Han asked Aya and Tianhu if they could go to the gold leveling zone together, and he was 100% sure that they were strong. Tianhu and Ai Yi listened to the owner's words and were surprised because they had never been to the gold leveling zone, and they were so interested in going. After some time, Lin Han came to the gold leveling zone, and he wants to evaluate the potential of Aya and Tianhu in difficult battles, and this is an intrigue. Lin Han didn't expect that they would immediately run into a pack of poisonous lizards there, and it would be difficult to defeat them. But he believes in the potential of both of them. Lin Han realized that the level 21 poisonous lizards were clearly excellent for honing skills, and it was not for nothing that they all came. Then, Lin Han ordered Ai Yi to distract the lizards and Tianhu to activate acceleration and attack from the air. Then, they would easily defeat the monsters. Beast Ai Yi told Lin Han that this time she would definitely kill more monsters than Tianhu, and she would prove to her master that she was a professional. But the poisonous lizard injected poison towards Aya, and he has not let anyone close to him yet, and he has a toxin that scares the fighters so much. The poison hit Aya right in the face and she screamed and didn't have time to hit the lizard and was distracted in vain by chasing the monsters with Tianhu, and it's all her fault. Aya's beast has stopped fighting and she can barely stand on her feet, and these lizards are not like previous opponents and they are cunning and sly. Ai told Lin Han that she felt bad, and it was paralysis from the poison and the loss of health would last for 1 minute, and the system knew everything. Lin Han is anxious, and the poison causes Aya to lose a lot of health and she can't hide anywhere from the lizardmen's attacks, and she needs their help. Lin Han told Tianhu to use Lightning Storm, and the lizards had to be dealt with quickly, or they would be in trouble, and he understood that Tianhu will use the Thunderstorm Rain skill to defeat the enemies, and she will not allow the Aya sisters to get injured because of the villains. Tianhu hit the lizards with lightning, but Tianhu sees that these attacks of Tianhu are unpredictable and it is not easy to hit the lizards, and they are small. Lin Han decided that he needed to figure out how to restrict the movement of the poisonous lizards, and then there would be a chance to injure them and save himself. And at that moment, Lin Han remembered the skill from the book that he received for the record in the Illusory world, and the knowledge will help defeat them. Lin Han remembered the Voodoo thorn skill, and thorny vines burst out from the ground within a 100-meter radius around the owner, and paralyzed him. Lin Han sees that Tianhu can't hit small targets, but if he uses this control skill, it will increase Tianhu's accuracy. Lin Han told the system that he wanted to learn this skill and help Tianhu in battle, and the master would never abandon the lovely beast in trouble. The system informed Lin Han that he had learned the Voodoo spike, and he told the little lizards that their happy days were over now. Lin Han used the Voodoo thorn skill and told Ai and Tianhu that it was time to clear the area, and they had been fighting for too long and he was tired. Lin Han used the Voodoo thorn skill to defeat all the lizards, and they all didn't know where to run, and thorns grew from the ground and injured them all. Tianhu told Lin Han that she would clear the area, and now all the lizards are motionless and her lightning will send everyone to the next world quickly. Beast Ai came to her senses and told Lin Han that Ai also wanted to help the master and beat the monsters, and Tianhu would not bypass her in their dispute. Lin Han realized that this was not bad, and during this time he raised 4 levels, and besides, the noise attracted 2 saber-toothed tigers. And this is cool. Lin Han noticed that Ai and Tianhu were already level 20, and when they finished fighting, it seemed like the master would already reach level 20. Lin Han asked Ai and Tianhu to try to defeat the monsters as soon as possible, and they still have many important things to do, and they will be able to do everything. Tianhu and Ai told Lin Han that they would not disappoint him and defeated the 22nd level saber-toothed tigers in a couple of minutes, and they are strong. The system informed Lin Han that he had reached level 20 and had already reached the maximum level for his second profession, and he was good. Lin Han realized that since he had reached level 20, there was no point in beating monsters anymore, and it was better to change his class, and he was satisfied with the experience. Lin Han came to the Temple of Changing Jobs, and he clearly did not expect that he would have to change classes again so quickly, and they exceeded expectations. Lin Han hopes that this time it won't be a 5-star quest, and last time was a real nightmare, and he wants an easy quest. But the system showed a message to everyone, and a task with 5 stars was issued, and people did not understand what was happening and who came there again. People were saying that only a couple of days had passed and why so many psychos were coming to this temple these days, and how they would all complete such a task. The administrator realized that without a doubt, it was that Lin Han again. And could the guy really be that legendary leveling maniac? Lin Han was outraged by the dropped task, and now he still needs materials, and the system decided to torture him so that he would abandon the matter. That same evening, Lin Han came to the Ghost Pier, and he had no choice but to go to the 3rd stage and complete the task. Lin Han originally planned to go home to sleep until the morning and gather strength to complete the task. But now it's all in vain. But Ai asked Lin Han not to be afraid, and with Ai, any tasks would be easily completed, and Tianhu said that she would also protect them. Lin Han told Ai and Tianhu that of course he trusted them both 100%, and the time was almost here, and let them both be ready. Lin Han said that the target should appear, and the time of the ghost ship's appearance there was 7 o'clock in the evening, and they all saw the ship. Lin Han heard from Sister Bai Bing about the legend of the ghost ship, and it is a very popular dungeon and everyone wants to try themselves there. But many daredevils flee in panic, not even knowing what horrors await them inside. Not everyone is able to tame the ghost ship, and at that very second, a ghost suddenly appeared in front of Lin Han, and he was terrified. And it was really a ghost, and he didn't believe in these legends. Lin Han wanted to touch the ghost with his hand, but he couldn't. And the ghost is like fog, and he can't feel it, and how to fight it there. Lin Han asked what kind of nonsense this is, and the ghost is also laughing at him, and he doesn't know who he's messed with. And the owner of Lin Han has defeated even worse enemies. Lin Han was extremely furious, and did the ghost really think that he couldn't get him? And he guaranteed that he would come up with a way to get the impudent guy. Lin Han flew up with the skill Thunder Wings, and these ghosts got into trouble themselves, and now they know that he is the best. Lin Han defeated the ghost in the air but did not receive any experience, and he reached the maximum limit for the second class and will not receive experience for everything. Lin Han realized that Sister Bai Bing was right, and lightning was so effective against ghost beasts, and these ghosts were just from that category. Lin Han feels sorry that he doesn't get experience, and it's a complete waste, and he'd better finish the quest faster, and he feels sorry for himself. And then the ghosts started flying towards Lin Han, and they will avenge the other ghosts, and he will not win if they attack the guy in a crowd. Yi and Tianhu looked at Lin Han, and they had to help him, and he could handle it himself. But with their support, he would defeat the ghosts faster. Lin Han ordered Tianhu to attack the enemies and send them to the other world, and she understood the master's order, and soon Lin will see the result of the battle. And at that very second, Tianhu discharged lightning on the ghosts and was glad that it worked in the fight with the ghosts. And the owner was absolutely right. Lin Han decided that these ghosts were not opponents for Tianhu at all. And why was this a 5-star quest and a maximum of 4 stars? But at this moment, Lin Han heard the creepy voice of the ghost, and he drew conclusions so early and jinxed the easy victory. And why did he decide so? Lin Han was surprised that ghosts could unite, and the level assessment center was not lying, and the task was worth 5 stars, and he changed his mind. And then the captain of the ghost ship appeared in front of Lin Han, and he is strong, and the captain is level 25. And now they will have fun. The captain started shooting at Tianhu, and Lin Han thought that right away with the appearance of the captain it finally became a little interesting, and he was glad. Lin Han ordered Yi to go on the attack with the captain, and Tianhu should knock his aim off and help Yi. Then they would catch the enemy off guard. Yi listened to Lin Han's order and said that she would complete the task, and she was bored of waiting and could finally fight with her sister. A's beast abruptly changed its trajectory and went to the captain, and he could not hit her with bullets, and she would help Tianhu's sister, and this is the plan. Tianhu sent lightning at the captain, and he doesn't notice that she is standing behind him. And thanks to Sister Aya that she cleverly distracts the captain in battle. Tianhu knocked the weapon out of the captain's hand, and now he is vulnerable and will not be able to hurt them in any way. And Yi does not have to worry about getting hurt now. Tianhu powerfully hit the captain's stomach, and she will not forgive the one who wanted to harm Tianhu's sister and Lin Han, and he will have no mercy in battle. Tianhu told Yi that it was not bad, and she did not expect that she was so strong, and she had already aimed an incredible blow at the captain. Yi smiled and told Tianhu that her lightning was powerful, and she wouldn't have been able to hurt the captain if she hadn't distracted him with lightning. Lin Han asked Yi and Tianhu to deal with this scoundrel together first, and then they could be nice to each other and praise each other's skills. Tianhu and Yi told the owner that they were distracted and would quickly deal with the captain, and the owner would be pleased with them, and guarantee. Tianhu and Yi went to the captain's side, and he is doomed to failure, and it was not worth going outside. And the enemy himself found problems in his own fate. Aya's beast wants to hit the captain with the Furious Strike technique, and she will not spare him and will apply herself to the maximum and defeat the captain faster. Aya's beast struck a furious blow, and the captain flew back a couple of meters, and he no longer wants to disturb these creatures, and they are evil and strong. Tianhu will be helped by the thunderstorm skill, and she doesn't want to leave anything there from the ghosts, and they will scare Lin Han and regret it. Tianhu destroyed the entire ghost ship with her technique, and Lin Han couldn't believe his eyes, and he didn't think that the beasts were so furious. Lin Han realized that this was too much, but the beasts carried out the order, and he asked them to defeat the captain faster, and they were both irreplaceable. Beast Yi told Lin Han that Yi defeated the enemy, and Yi is already super strong, and she promised the owner that she will protect from any enemies. Lin Han realized that even though this was the first time Yi and Tianhu had fought together, the result was quite worthy, and the strength of the two ancient beasts was fantastic. Lin Han decided that now that the ghost ship was cleared, it was time for them to start looking for the 3 necessary materials, and that was their task. Lin Han's first task is to destroy all the ghosts, and his second task is to collect the materials Dragon Flame and Grass Essence. After some time, Lin Han came to the Scarlet Forest of Flame and must find materials, and then he will complete the task and he will change the level of strength. Lin Han focused and directed his energy to find the needed artifact there, and he found a valuable material, and it became stronger. Lin Han closed his eyes and he knows where to look for the material, and no one will stop him, and soon he will move to the third level and become better. Lin Han told the ladies that he didn't expect to find the second needed material there so quickly, and that he definitely has the best protectors in the world. Tianhu told Lin Han that that flower seemed to be the eye of the wind, and she could fly up again and take the flower, and it wouldn't be a problem. But Lin Han did not allow Tianhu to do it, and the branches were too thick, and it was inconvenient and dangerous to fly, and he was worried about her health in their fights. Beast Ai raised her hand and told Master Lin Han that Ai could also help, and she had a lot of energy, and the beast came up with a plan now. The first material was brought by Tianhu, and 10 minutes ago she took the material by flying up and running away from the poisonous lizards and didn't even fight. Tianhu told Lin Han that she had the essence of the grass, and she, as he ordered her, did not fight the monsters, and it was so easy for her. Lin Han told Tianhu that it was a good job, and he could always trust her, and she never let her down and carried out all orders. Beast Ai told Lin Han that she also wants to help, and Ai wants the master to praise her, and she is no worse than Tianhu, and this is true. Lin Han agreed with Ai and told her to act then, and he knows that she has great potential, and he trusts her with all the difficult tasks. Beast Ai was delighted, and finally she received an order from Lin Han, and he trusts her, and the master has not praised her for so long, and this makes her happy. And at that very second, suddenly, Aya's beast began to burrow underground, and she knows what she's doing, and can come up with a brilliant plan in an instant. Tianhu was surprised and asked Lin Han what Ai's sister decided, and she doesn't understand her brilliant plan, and maybe the owner can explain everything to her. Lin Han asked Tianhu not to forget that Sister Ai is not a human but an ant, and she does everything according to plan even though it seems strange. Lin Han told Tianhu that for Aya, digging is not a skill but an instinct, and one should not underestimate what she is capable of, and that insects are so strong. And after a couple of minutes, Ai dug a hole and came out from under the ground next to the right tree, and the beast was happy and waved her hand to Lin Han. Lin Han said that the little ant is capable of many things, and he thinks that the eye of the wind will soon be with them, and he is very proud of both of them. Lin Han asked his colleagues not to relax until the job is done, and that they must remain vigilant, and that is the key to success, and he knows it from practice. Beast Ai took the wind eye and thought that she had definitely impressed Lin Han, and Tianhu would never learn her professional skills. Lin Han is worried and told Tianhu that something is wrong, and they obviously can't get the wind eye so easily, and there is a catch to this flower. And at that very moment, a strong wind blew, and Ai fell from the tree, and she did not want to drop the eye of the wind, but the weather prevents her from doing the job. The ferocious beasts have noticed a stranger on their territory, and now they will take action against them and quickly punish the violator of their peace. Beast Ai told Lin Han that this wind was unbearable, and because of it, she was noticed, and she did everything absolutely correctly, and it was no longer her fault. Fierce beasts surrounded Ai from all sides, and she ordered them to come to her, and Ai is not afraid of anyone and will teach them a lesson, and she is a strong fighter. Lin Han said that there were too many wind lizards, and that Ai would be at a disadvantage in an open battle, and asked Tianhu to take her away. Tianhu listened to Lin Han's instructions and said that she would save Sister Ai, and not let the wind lizards harm her and defeat them for them. Tianhu flew quickly towards Sister Aya, and she should not be afraid, and soon she will be safe, and Tianhu will not let anyone hurt her. Tianhu was helped by the skill of rapid running, and not a single lizard could reach her there, and she swept away everything in her path but did not fight with enemies. Tianhu grabbed Ai, but her sister asked the stupid bird what she was doing there, and she wanted to fight the monsters and eliminate and punish them. Tianhu told Aya's sister that Lin Han sent her to save her sister from the lizards, and it was not her decision, and there was no need to scold her for it, and it was all a fact. Tianhu told Lin Han that she brought Ai back and she was safe and sound, and it was good that he sent her away in time, and he was a smart strategist. Lin Han listened to Tianhu's words and said that everything was fine, and that her sister Aya's life was not in danger, and that they could come up with a plan together. Lin Han told the beasts that he would tell them what to do next, and there was no need to make hasty conclusions, and to understand the situation of the enemies. The lizards continued to walk towards them, and Lin Han decided and asked the ladies to speed up, and they had to leave there faster and their job was done. Tianhu agreed with Lin Han and said that it was better for them not to engage in combat with the lizards, and that they would simply lose a lot of energy in their fight. Lin Han and his beasts ran through the scarlet forest of flames and wanted to hide somewhere from the lizards, and they were tired of them because they wanted to take revenge for their theft. Lin Han told the lizards that he only took one flower from them and why pursue him? And why is this ordinary flower so important to them? Lin Han realized that at this speed, it would not be easy to get rid of these crawling lizards, and he had to think of a way for them to escape. Lin Han decided that he would find a solution to the problem in the system, and it had never let him down before, and this time he was looking for information there. Lin Han decided to invest all his free points into agility, and the main thing for them now is to hide from the lizards, and then he will accumulate points back. And at that very moment, Lin Han ran at a tremendous pace, and Tianhu did not understand what was going on, and asked Lin Han how he had already become faster. Lin Han agreed with Yi and Tianhu, and asked them to speed up, and there was only a little bit left and it would be easier ahead, and he guaranteed this to the ladies. Beast Yi asked Lin Han what was ahead, and he intrigued her, and let him tell her all the information, and then she would run even faster. Tianhu also listened to Lin Han's order, and asked the master if he meant that they should go there, and if they could be saved there. Lin Han asked Tianhu and Yi to follow him into the depths of the Scarlet Flame Forest, and he knows what he is doing, and asks the ladies to trust his judgment. And at that moment, the lizards stopped running after them, and they looked around, and they were uncomfortable in this area of the forest, and that's why they weren't there. The lizards were hissing at each other, and they needed to get away from there, and then they wouldn't get injured because the flame would damage their skin, and they didn't need injuries. Yi told Lin Han that the big reptiles were gone, and she never doubted his intelligence, and he came up with a brilliant plan again. Tianhu stood nearby and asked Lin Han if he ran there on purpose, and the owner agreed with her, and he did it on purpose. Lin Han knows that the fire lizards are the masters of this place, and even if the wind and grass lizards unite, they will not dare to enter there. Lin Han told the ladies that the third material they needed was growing right among these fire lizards, and they were so lucky. Lin Han said that they were moving towards the high temperature zone and would soon find a flock of fire lizards, and after the task they would rest. This place is all on fire, and Lin Han thinks that it is not a problem, and he has a beast that can fly, and Tianhu can take them from the lava. Beast Yi and Tianhu agreed with Lin Han and said that he would soon advance to the third stage and no one would interfere with the master's development. The 22nd level fire lizards were sleeping at this time and no one disturbed them, so they do not feel danger and are resting. Beast Yi was surprised and told Lin Han that all these huge lizards were bathing in lava, and how they could fight them was a mystery. Lin Han wants to find the item quickly with the help of the Keen Eye skill, and he doesn't want to fight the lizards, and they are much stronger than those last ones. And after a couple of minutes, Lin Han found the Dragon Flame material, and this is a success, and he did not expect to find it so quickly, and now he needs to take it. Lin Han told the beast that he had found the flame of the fire dragon, and there was an open place and was perfect for Tianhu's skill, Fast Charge. But the system gave a random task, and Lin Han must wake up the sleeping leader of the fire lizards and destroy him, and his reward is thousands. Lin Han realized that this tribe also has a main monster, but these thousands of points are very tempting, but it will not be easy to fight the pack. Lin Han told Tianhu to bring the fire dragon flame, and then they would deal with the lizard chieftain, and first they needed to complete the task. Tianhu quickly tore the dragon flame from the tree and began to leave the danger zone, and none of the lizards noticed that the intruder had come. Beast Yi was outraged and said the stinking bird did it, and it has wings. And because of that, it has an advantage, but it doesn't care about the bird. Tianhu told Lin Han that she got the dragon flame and it was not difficult for her there, and the fire lizards did not notice her because she is nimble. Lin Han told Tianhu that this task was not difficult at all, and he knew that his beasts were too strong for their task. Lin Han said that it was not bad, but now they had to think about how to deal with the lizard chieftain and get thousands of points as a reward. But suddenly, at that very second, Lin Han saw a beam in front of him, and he didn't think that lizards were capable of attacking like that, and he was right, and it wasn't lizards. Tianhu repelled the attack of the stranger and protected Lin Han, and whoever dared to attack the master, and she will take revenge for everything and punish the scoundrel. Lin Han turned around and someone told the guy that he was lucky, and only a couple of centimeters were missing. Otherwise, he would have been dead from the blow. The guy told Lin Han to give him the dragon flame, and he would let them die without pain, or else he would torture them if he didn't give the material to him. Lin Han was confused and asked the guys who they were and why they decided that he should give them something, and they became completely insolent. Lightning Mage Leong said that he is a member of the Magic Association, and unlike Lin Han, he has a great future and will become a legend. Lin Han heard that this organization accepts awakened people of all professions and demands payment from people for protection. And this is shocking. Leong told Lin Han that if he was smart, let him quickly give him the fire flame and he would show his fighting skills and it would be an honor. The assistant asked the boss, Leong, to wait and look at the ladies behind this guy. And they are very beautiful and you can't just let them go, ladies. Tianhu listened to the words of the scoundrels, and this is not an association but a gang of thieves and bandits, and in vain they are testing Lin Han's patience and he will punish them. Beast Yi was also angry at Leong's words, and they will not spare him. And he is wrong to think that Lin Han will just give up, and he is stronger than all of them. Leong was in complete shock and told his assistant that these two were angels and real beauties, and why he hadn't noticed these ladies there before. Leong told Lin Han that he had changed his mind and he should give up his ladies and let his boys have fun, and they deserve the ladies. Lin Han told Leong that they really were some kind of trash, and that these trashes should not go outside, and that the trash should be destroyed quickly. Leong smiled and asked what kind of nonsense this kid was talking about. And Lin Han was so scared that he started insulting the magician, and he hoped to escape. Leong said since Lin Han doesn't know who he's dealing with, let his friends not feel sorry for him and break all his bones and throw them into the flock of fire lizards. The magicians told Lin Han that brother Leong was doing him an honor, and he would take his ladies and they would not torture him and would deal with him in a minute. Lin Han stood silently in place, and he believes in Yi and Tianhu, and they should not fight at their maximum. Otherwise, they will finish off all the magicians in an instant. Yi and Tianhu started beating the magicians, and Yi asked all the scoundrels if they really wanted to harm her master and were looking for death, and if they were brave. Yi and Tianhu took out all of Leong's assistants in a couple of seconds, and he froze in place and did not understand what happened and how they hit their friends. Leong doesn't know why these two ladies are so strong, and he will never forgive them for such impudence and will show their full potential in a fight with him. Lin Han introduced himself to Leong, and he is a learned beast tamer, and he is level 20. And these two ladies are his beasts, and they are happy with the magician. Lin Han said to Leong, Table, they are ancient ferocious beasts, and for them to defeat a magician is like tearing apart a toy. And Leong was surprised by the beasts. Leong heard that beasts don't just abandon their owners, and he is not so simple, and can surprise Lin Han, and he is a strong and powerful magician. Leong wanted to find a way to seriously injure Lin Han and escape. So he sent a fierce attack towards Lin Han, and he couldn't dodge it. But Tianhu immediately squeezed the battle beam of Leong in her hands and told the guy that while she was there, no one would dare touch her master and she would punish him. And at that very second, Leong saw Aya's leg in front of him, and where she appeared from in front of him, and he did not have time to defend himself from her blow and her attacks. Beast Yi kicked Leong's stomach with all her might, and if he dared to offend Lin Han, Yi would kill him, and she would not spare the mage in the fight. Beast Yi continued to beat Leong, and in vain he threatened Lin Han, and he is not a man since he did not dare to fight one-on-one, and the magician is a coward. Lin Han asked Ayu not to kill Leong, and he still needs him, and he will not run away anywhere because she inflicted so many injuries on him and already took revenge. Lin Han tied up Leong, and the magician told Lin Han to let him go, and if he was harmed the association would not spare him and would send the entire army there. Lin Han smiled and told Leong that there was no enmity between them, and why harm him? And it was pointless and he cared about his life. And at that moment, suddenly, Lin Han told Leong that he had one task that needed their help, and Leong was horrified.